What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Friday, December 17th to all of you. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag right here on Pub Sports Radio. It's been a pretty stressful, a little 24 hours, or God, it's been longer than that because of a rough week. I didn't really bounce back. I did make a very tiny bit of money yesterday. So I guess I stopped the bleeding. But in 7 hours, I get to jump on the plane. Get the fuck out of Parkdale. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus. Someone get me out of Parkdale. First vacation since we got back to Canada from Costa Rica. Are you kidding me? I had to wait this long, and now we're barely getting out because of Omicron. Get me out of here. Fucking Parkdale sucks, man. In my entire life in Parkdale, I've never walked past an attractive person. This is the ugliest group of people. You know what? Actually, our first guest, Mr. Gogster, might have something to say about ugly people because everybody in Belleville, other than Gogster, has a neck tat, and a limp. It's the limping capital of Canada. Both men and women, they all limp in Belleville. So maybe he has something to say about unattractive people. But get me the fuck out of here. Get me away from these pigeons. Fucking get me hanging out with It's Darryl and DJ Big Boss and Trot Wham and Guillermo Zertucci. Get to hang out with the Nutflush Allen family. Get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, feels good. Feels really good. No, come on, Dan Kelly. Don't mess with me. We don't want that breaking news. We do not want that breaking news. Frankie Martinez in the house says Toledo and the over. That game pops off very, very soon. That game pops off very, very soon in 56 minutes. And I've let it go. There is so much going on in the sports world. Capping has never been more difficult. Trying to figure out all the COVID issues and stuff like that. So I've let that go. You know who is the hottest capper in the game? Rob Stevenson. 14 straight winners over the last 48 hours. Rob Stevenson, second hour chat right there. He says, like the over, and he gave that out. So Rob Stevenson is on the over. And Cab, my man Cabby Dabs, Big Dabby Cab, he is on Toledo first half. The Chameleon says 50-mile-per-hour winds. Not sure these offenses will reach their peak. There's Real Deal Prime in the house. A Viper NB ready to get to work. And Chameleon has it at 44 points. 44 points. There's Ron Walsek in the house. Great to see you, Ron. Rem Mo says Oral Roberts -6.5. Good money last night. Great job, Rem, my man. There's Danny Lopez. And there's, speaking of Cab, there he is right there. Dan T ready to get to work. There's Theo. My guy, Theo C. Jr. Birdie. What a great capper Birdie is. There's Let's Go Brandon. There's the Nuke Worker. Says Happy Friday, Jimmy, in the chat from the Dungeon in Nuclear. Dungeon and Darlington Nuclear says we'll have to watch later. Good luck with your plays today. And he did take Toledo -10.5. Did take Toledo -10.5. Thank you for sharing that with us. Brad Summersell, Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown. Yes, big shout out to our guy Dutch Boy Fresh. We had a great spot. Remmo says new shirt. No, Rem, man, this shirt's old school, man. I had this shirt for many moons. I used to rock it all the time in Costa Rica. This is a shirt I've had for 20 plus years, man. The GOAT, Richard Pryor. Okay. Jam says Mini Wild are a bunch of well, yes, I hear that, Jam. But remember that the rule was there was no value, or at least the one that I implied was that there was no value fading the Sabres with Luokin in net. Now I'm fading them tonight with Malcolm Subban in net. But with Luokin in net, the Sabres are bet on. They're bet on, and they proved it last night against a tough home team in the Minnesota Wild. They'd won 6 straight at home. They're 10-2 on the season at home. So that's that there. Brandon Lugo says, been traveling all week, ready to get this Friday money. Penn's puck line team total over. I like that team total over look. Maybe I add that. I will talk with Gogster right now. There's TJ says, I'm back. Missed every show this week and glad to be here with my boys. There's TJ in the house. Always got open arms for TJ. Mike M ready to go. Kent Davies. Ick Schnizzle. Razor sharp picks ready to go. We got a great group. Jarvis Wilson. So another thing is I got to be somewhat tight here. We're not going to rush anything. Look, we're not going to rush anything. Somewhat tight for me means I have to be done the show in about in no more than 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we have the times are set. So we'd like to be done NHL in 38 minutes at 11:45. And I would like to be done NBA 45 minutes after that to start college football. So no real horrific rush. Kent Davies says, I'm telling you, meet me at Tampa Bay Downs in 2022. Speaking of Tampa Bay Downs, a couple things here. One, shout out to Tom and Tom Racing. He jumped on our show yesterday, and he gave us a winner. He wrote this. This is from Tom and Tom Racing. I'm going to pop it back in the chat so you guys see it. And this is a great thing about the cappers that we have that we roll with. They come in and the thoroughbred cappers will give us their best look on a card, right? They'll just pop in and give us their best look. That's what he gave us yesterday. Tom and Tom Racing said, Gulfstream Park Race 3, there's a park shipper headed down named Current Situation, morning line 4-1. Saya's in the irons. Trainer service is not shipped to Gulfstream Park often. Worth a shot. That horse cashed at 3-1. Horse cashed at 3-1. So shout out to Tom and Tom Racing. Also, shout out to another low bagger, Timothy Murray. Timothy Murray has a horse popping off that he just bought. It's race 1 at Tampa. I believe that's at 12:36 p.m. I believe that pops off in an hour and 27 minutes. So I'm going to get that up here. Just I'd like to. I know we're very, very busy. Very, very busy. And I would like to see what's going on with that race. We're going to have to move briskly. But let me just pop this up and just see what's going on. He just bought this horse. And let me just pop this up here. Tampa Bay Downs race 1. All right, off there. And I'll pop it up here in a bit. I'll have it ready to go. So that's going on. Okay. Kent Davies, I promise you, I'm going to meet you at Tampa Bay Downs because that's the big Ragoose home track as well. So all you guys, thank you so much for joining us. We have a big Canada's run by morons, says Kent Davies. What country isn't? There's Christopher Carter in the house. Tom and Tom said I had to go to Belleville once for work. Wow. Yep, you're right. Well, we'll have Gogster talk about how nasty they are, but they couldn't be uglier than this group of people in my community. Literally, never been aroused by a woman walking past me in my life. And breaking news from Birdie and Mr. Gogster let me in on that. And he's going to touch on that, and he's not comfortable with the situation as he's got money on those Winnipeg Jets. And in all honesty, why wouldn't he? Oh, look at that. That's incredible. Razor Sharp Pick says, I wanted to buy 2 families a Christmas tree for the holiday. So if anyone needs or knows someone still needing a tree, to check out my tweet on Twitter. I will retweet that. That's beautiful. Curb Stomp play of the day is the under in Toledo, under 50.5. He's going for 5 straight. There is right there, the hottest capper that we roll with, Rob Stevenson. All right, let's get to work. Oh, and look at that. Gark Balls saying Middle Tennessee wins outright. Dan Kelly likes that Miami Orlando under, but till it comes back up. Okay. All right. And Walla Waldo's been a tough personal week. Yeah. Are you talking about who? Are you talking about me? Because yes, it has been. But you know what? I'm used to fucking shit, tough fucking weeks, so I can handle it. But if it's you, I will have instant compassion for that. I don't know if you're talking about me or you. I think you're talking about me. I'm guessing you're talking about me. I'm not sure. It's been a rough month. You know what? With COVID and all this shit going on, and for our friends with issues and mental health issues or addiction issues, not being able to leave their house as over the last couple of years has really hurt people that we're close to. It's been really tough. Nutflush Allen says, wish me luck. We are hosting Kristen's work party here at the house. We'll have 40 to 50 teachers, mostly women, and they will all be letting loose cocktails. Well, I think you'll have friends coming over. Okay, Real Deal Prime, Max on record. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. There's D Nice, Nate Dogg in the house, Rob Stevens, St. Louis Blues full game money line. I can't back the Blues. I can't back the Stars without Heiskanen. Rupi Hintz is back, but I can't back the Blues without 4 crucial pieces. I don't want really anything to do with that game, but it probably would have been Dallas or nothing. Birdie said, I spent a night in the Belleville drunk tank many years ago. If it means anything, it was a shithole. It does. It means the world to me. Taint play today is in NC State plus 2.5. Thank you for sharing that. TJ's best bet, Hunter Henry over. Oh, let me get all this in here. That's Thursday's worksheet. Friday's worksheet. And if I'm missing any important pieces to our making money puzzle, please don't hesitate to throw it in twice, as I'm doing my best to keep everything going. TJ's best bet of NFL is Hunter Henry over 25.5 receiving yards versus the Colts. Says tight ends are averaging 67.2 yards per game. Hunter 8-3 to over 25 yards. Thank you for sharing that with us. All right, so we got Taint. We got Mark Schillingberg in the house. Okay. Let's get to work right now. Oh, shit, Walla Walla Dose talking about yourself. Okay, Walla Walla Dose. Well, look, this is what makes the show special, is it doesn't matter what's going on out here. We always have each other. We always have this show. We always can cap together for 2 hours at least, Monday or Tuesday through Friday. And it takes me out of tons of dark places. It takes me out of tons of tough times. It takes me away from a lot of shit that goes on in our lives, and I'm so thankful for it. And you guys do it for me, and I'm just so thankful to see if I can help doing it for you. So you're where you need to be, Walla Walla Dose. You're capping the card. That's all you got to worry about right now is let's get some winners. Let's bring in your first guest of the evening. Our guy, Jose Bouquet, is got some family stuff going on right now that he's leading by example within. I'm very proud of him. So he even got the show started because he cares so much about the show. But now he's got to take care of some family stuff, and we won't go into any details. But so much love for you, Jose. And if we could all send some love and positivity to the Bouquet family. And he's even going to try to come back on at the end of the show. But we love you, Jose, and care about you very much and your fam. All right, so I will be producing the show. Which means I would like to get this show started by a couple things. First off, I would like to start the show with, let's see here. We got Taint, we got Fuck You Birdie. No, I'd like to start the show with this.
Oh, I can't get my mouth around that thing. Oh.
All right, let's get to work. Your first guest of the evening coming to us from Belleville, Ontario, Mr. Gogster in the house. Gogster, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Birdie, I was also at that drunk take back in the day, the one across in DQ, right? Three cells, not much going on. You toilet paper for a pillow, you do what you got to do. But yeah, guys, let's bounce back. Minnesota, Jim. I was on me, guys. I Luke Hoken, and I thought he was a sieve. Fuck, he looked good. He looked good, guys. Jimmy.
Yeah, he looks like he's the real deal. But you know what? This is the note Philly. There was no fans in the crowd as well. I mean, that was a twist that I wasn't expecting. And then the Avalanche lose 5 players, an hour and a half before puck drop. We losing Makar. Like, we could lose those guys, but losing Makar at 8:09 p.m. Eastern. Perfect. I was like, these are things that we're going to have to deal with right now. And
good to see everyone in the chat here. Shout out to everyone in the chat. North Ender, Walla. Hope you're feeling better, Walla. Birdie, Dennis. Good to see you guys.
And Birdie says taking your shoelaces was a great touch.
Oh, even better.
Dennis Garcia says, why is Goji still wearing that rat hat? Jimmy not gifted him a Canucks hat yet. Dennis Garcia, you're looking very good with your backing of the Knuckleheads right now. But let's get to work. Let's get to work right now, Mr. Gogster. Again, this is my last Betting with the Bag show until Tuesday, January 4th. So let's make it a good one. Now, I will be capping NHL every single day for the rest of my life. So I'll be putting out action nonstop.
As the good Canadian you are.
I'm not sure what else I'll be capping hard, but NHL, I can promise you that. And then NFL's not going to stop. I'll still be doing the Tuesday and Sunday show from LA. All right, Let's get to work, Mr. Gogster. We start at 7 p.m. Eastern. Vegas Golden Knights at New York Rangers. These Golden Knights 18-11-0, 8-5-0 on the road at New York Rangers, 19-7-3, 8-3-1 at home at Madison Square Garden in New York. There was a thought that Laurent Brossoit might be in net last night. He was not.
Yeah,
in net this evening, and he's been as good or better than Lehner all year. So I'm not concerned with that at all 5-2-0, 2.66 goals against average, 911 save percentage with no shutouts. Shesterkin getting a second opportunity. I expect him to be better than he was in that first game. 13-3-2, 2.05 goals against average, 937 save percentage. Vegas power play 17.6%, penalty killing at 78.6%. New York Rangers power play at 25%, penalty killing at 84.1%. Let's take a look at this market that we are dealing with here. Over to money lines. Here we go.
I just want to stop you there, Jim. I think Shesterkin's out.
Is Shesterkin out?
I think so. I think he's I see him on the IR here.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. That's my guy. Like that's like my cousin, my fellow Russian cousin, even though we're not blood brothers, but he's out, guys. I'm pretty sure Gorgiev's going.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he's on the IR. He got ran into about a couple weeks ago, guys, and he seems kind of fragile. Shesterkin. It could be the only downfall to him, but I'm just on TSN right here, and I'm seeing IR lower body injury, December 2nd.
So he didn't. I thought he came. What do you mean? Didn't he not come back? And wasn't he between the pipes against Arizona?
No, that was. I'm pretty sure that was Gorgiev. If not Gorgiev, it was Kincaid. Keith Kincaid.
Oh, of course it was Kincaid. It was Kincaid. Of course it was Kincaid. I thought Shesty was going to be back, and then they said it was Kincaid last minute.
Yeah.
Of course, and then
Keith.
Okay, and then Panarin left in during that game, minor lower body injury. So he's day to day. We don't know if Panarin is in. God, for some reason I thought that he was back, and then left wing Locke had him listed as the starter tonight. So thank you.
It looked like a neck issue for they have lower body injury, but I don't know. He kind of got right into it around the neck area, then kind of body went into the net, legs. So yeah, it should be Gorgiev, and I don't like that.
And James saying Sturkin out for sure. How do you not know? I know he's been out for weeks, but he was listed to be back in the second half of that back-to-back. In fact, I thought he could be in the first half of that back-to-back, and then he didn't play. And then I thought when I capped the game against the Coyotes, it was with Shesterkin in that. And then near the end of the show, they said, "Oh, it could be Kincaid." So we know
Kincaid's been good. That's how good Kincaid's been. They trust this guy. He's been solid in the AHL right now. Hartford's a really good team, and he got the win. So
Brandon Lugo says Panarin's not skating. Shesterkin sharing one net with Kincaid. Georgiev has the other one. So okay. And Lee Davis says Gerard Gallant revenge game. That's a twist an angle that I hadn't thought of in this spot. Vegas comes in on the second half of a back-to-back after winning 5-3 at Jersey last night. And we have Vegas opening up at -115, now they're -124, so a 9-cent move towards them. Already missing Alec Martinez. Now they don't have Shea Theodore. So he was a late scratch. It's unclear what his ailment is. Now Dylan Coghlan came in and scored a goal and an assist, but still – that's two of their top four defensemen, Alec Martinez and Shea Theodore, that aren't in the lineup. Rangers snapped their 2-game losing streak with the underwhelming 3-2 win at Arizona on Wednesday night. This is their third game in 4 nights, fourth game in 6 nights. Look, I don't really want either of these hockey teams. Take it away, Gogster. Are you making a move here?
So you nailed it too, Jim. It's a stay away, 10-foot pole game, as we used to say back in the day. Brossois, he's playing great, but it's hard for me to trust Brossois long term. Right now, he's in the last month. He's 3-1 with a .918 save percentage, 2.29 goals against. So his numbers have been really good. Going up against a Rangers team, even without Panarin, guys, this is still a really deep, deadly team the Rangers have. I'd have to look towards the overs. Vegas is also missing Theodore. Without Martinez, they're scoring a lot of goals, guys. They have a lot of their offense back. The Rangers too with Gorgiev, he's not a guy you can really trust. But positioning in the net, I've been shaking my head a lot of the times when I watch Rangers game, just seeing him in the net, moving side to side. I don't like what I see when I watch Gorgiev. Vegas, their legs are probably going to be a little bit heavy. Jimmy said it, third game in 4 nights. Power plays are both humming too in the last month. Since December, guys. I'm kind of shortening it a little bit too. Smaller sample size, but I think this is what we want to be looking at with all the COVID injuries. 29% for Vegas and 36% power play for the Rangers. So both power plays are humming. Without Panarin, that is going to put a wrench in the Rangers power play. But Vegas's penalty kill has been 70%. And without Theodore, that's another. It looks like an over game to me. I would be wanting to take the over 5.5 at -133. I'm not going to do it though, Jim. I'm not going to do it. That's where I'd be looking towards though, guys. I only have a couple picks in this card just because 10 games last night. That might have been one too many. But I definitely would be looking towards the full game over 5.5. Power plays, how they're humming the offenses, and just the goaltending for the most part. Brossois, he's a solid goalie, his numbers, but I can't.
I think that's just the vividness bias you have with Brossois, as you probably have with all of those Winnipeg Jets backups. But I think two ex-backups who are probably going to look good moving forward over the next few years is Stolars and Brossois. So I have
Sorry, Joe, I'm just going to say another thing too. Without Theodore too, it's going to be a lot more weight on Brossois, and it's a back-to-back for this team, so they're going to be heavier legs. It's going to be a lot on Brossois here, in my opinion. And Georgiev, I don't trust Georgiev at all. I've told you guys his positioning. I really hate it. So Michael Irvinina, the old 10-foot pole. But I think it's going to. I lean towards the over. It's not a game I like enough. Like you said, I could have a vividness bias on Brossois, but I think it's going to be a lot on his shoulders tonight.
And TJ nails it. Georgiev has always looked good when he is the starting goaltender, when he knows he's playing every second night, not when he's every fourth or fifth night.
So I got to see it because just watching this year, he could look good for one or two periods and then 3 goals in the third kind of guy.
And I agree with Birdie that it's only Rangers. It's only Rangers. Steve G says no good NHL games to bet on today. Staying away. I disagree.
It's tough for me.
And I didn't even realize it till TJ messaged me. But it was just getting in at like 7:45, 8 a.m. I destroyed the Blackhawks. Mark and Move just destroyed it. So I'm pretty comfortable with that spot there. Let's move on to the next spot. I think these are great spots to fade. I've made 3 bets, and the only one I'm uncomfortable with is just because I'm going up against Birdie. But this one I love. Buffalo Sabres 10-15-4, 4-7-2 on the road. Pittsburgh Penguins 15-8-5, 7-5-2 at home. PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We have Malcolm Subban in there, and he's just simply a fade. And in fact, you follow Rockford closer than I do. Why is he up? Why is it not Soderblom or
Colin Delia? Remember Colin Delia?
Yeah.
I guess he's up? Well, they don't trust him. They got him. They got a guy Cale Morris, and they got this Melnichuk, young guy. They have a lot of young goalies. It's either Delia or Subban. We're talking Buffalo. Or he's on Buffalo. Sorry, he used to be. What's going on here? He's on Buffalo's farm team. Jimmy's Rochester, so he's on loan then from Rockford, is he?
Yes, he's on loan.
Okay. So Buffalo's, they're just depleted. Like right now, their farm team, Rochester's farm team, they have absolutely nobody.
You're right. Sorry,
that's why they had to say, "Hey, Rockford, knock, knock, knock. Can we take Subban, please? Because we have absolutely nobody." And
you're absolutely right.
And now he got called up because Rochester played Charlotte the other night, 11-1. Charlotte won 11-1 over Rochester because they got ECHLers that are, Jesus Christ, as good as me and a couple guys in the chat. So
you're absolutely right. Oh, sorry. So that was a mix up there. But Subban's been bad for Rockford. He was bad this year. 3.3
goals. That's how desperate they were. Yeah.
893 save percentage. He's never shown any real promise at this point. So we have Malcolm Subban in one net, Tristan Jarry in the other, 13-5-4, 1.92 goals against average, 934 save percentage, 3 shutouts. Buffalo's power play is good, 19.2%, penalty killing 80.3%. Pittsburgh power play at 15.2%, penalty killing at 92.7%, best penalty killing in the league. That's another big part of this, is that's the only spot that Buffalo can hurt you with, is now with Luukkonen in goal and on their power play. The Sabres are on the second half of a back-to-back. Off of their second straight very impressive road win. They go into Winnipeg and win. They go into Minnesota and win. And this team is simply bet on with Luukkonen in that. Casey Middlestad, Robert Hager out long-term. Pens come in off their 5th straight victory, 5-2 at home over Montreal on Tuesday. Evan Rodriguez playing so well, 9 goals, 13 assists, 22 points, 28 games played, plus 8. They're still without Malkin, Rust, and Gensel. But to me, I even paid juice on the -1.5. Which is something that I don't usually do ever, unless I'm really confident in the spot. So I got the -1.5 at -115. That's how confident I am on this spot for Pittsburgh. I think that Buffalo has used an enormous amount of energy of late, and now Malcolm Subban's going to come in and change things. I just think I think it's an impossibility. I looked at the Buffalo Sabres team total under 2.5 as well. It's heavily juiced, so I'm not going to do that. Take it away here. And Trotwam says, Kimmel Bowl tomorrow. Yes, I can't wait. I also get to meet Big Boss's dad, and it's going to be so cool. All right, take it away. Take it away here, Sabres, Penguins.
All right, guys. Just looking at this Buffalo lineup: Skinner, Thompson, Olofsson, Murray, Cousins, Okposo, Asplund, Eakin, Histroza, Jurgensen. Markinkowski is actually decent, and Hayden. Their team actually looks. It's not awful by all means. Like they got a couple guys out, but the big thing I think right now with Buffalo is the defensively. Like I said, Minnesota would score 5 goals, guys, last night. Luke Hoekland looked great, but defensively, this team's got an 87% penalty kill in the month of December. They're right in the hot hand. They only have a 12% power play, so they haven't been scoring many goals in the power play, but defensively, they've just been so accountable. Now you have Subban in net. It's going to be tough. Subban to Yari is just night and day. It's completely night and day, so I can't blame Jimmy for taking the -1 early. I would almost want to add the puck line on this, but I actually have a rare money line parlay, Jimmy, that involves Pittsburgh. I don't know if you want. Do you want me to give it the other piece now, or do you want to?
No, why don't we save that? But money line parlays are good to go, and I am on the puck line, not the -1.
Oh, sorry, yeah. The puck
juiced,
line.
the juiced puck line.
I was reading over the Buffalo lineup.
All right, let's move on to the next spot on the board. 8 p.m. Eastern. Dallas Stars 13-11-2, 4-8-1 on the road at St. Louis Blues 16-8-5, 10-3-2 at home. By the way, I didn't give a real review of what happened for me last night. Red Wings plus 167 was a loser. Flyers -1 plus 113 was a loser. Knights -1 cashed. Kings at plus 155 cashed. Islanders plus 115 cashed. I was thinking that, and this happens to me often where I'm like, I could just go back to taking -1s on even the dogs. But, that was a situation where the Kings were in complete control. The Islanders
I knew that one too. I wanted to take
And then
it.
my 2 additions lost. Avalanche -1. I don't blame myself for. But Sharks -1. I'm doing that again here on this card, and I can understand when Dennis Garcia says, why would you go up? Why would you go in front of 5-game winning streaks? I can completely understand that. Joseph Gomez says, Jimmy, on the teabag puck line. The teabag puck line. We have a new term for it from Joseph Gomez. Okay, Stars, Blues, Enterprise Center, St. Louis, Missouri. Braden Holtby, 5-6-1, 2.39 goals against average, 923 save percentage. And Charlie Lindgren, it sucks. One thing that's bothering me is
Charlie.
I'm sitting here not, with a bad record in the NHL now. It's been a really bad week and a half or 2 weeks. I got up 7 units. Now I'm sitting here down 5.88 units on the year, hitting 46.6%, 83.95, which is so disappointing. But some of these angles have been working and working. And I said when Charlie Lindgren came up, I was like, I love everything he's saying. I expect him to look good up here, and yet I've not been cashing off of it. And then the other thing with Merzlikins, I was like, look, Merzlikins I think he's not going to have a very good year.
Yeah,
I think he's going to struggle under the weight of everything that happened in the offseason. And I'm not cashing off it, which is upsetting. Yeah. But with Lindgren and Holtby in net, and 2 of the top 5 power plays in the league, with Dallas at 26.8%, St. Louis at 30.1%, my first thought is I should go over in this game. I should take the over. It was 5.5 at a pick'em. It still is 5.5 at a pick'em. And Rupi Hintz is coming back.
Is he back?
He is back. He practiced yesterday in full and everything, so he's back, 100% back. But Miro Heiskanen won't be available to play. He's got that same sickness, so there still is a sickness going through the room. And then you have Braden Shen, Jordan Kyrou, Robert Thomas, David Perron, all out for the Blues. I mean, those are all guys you'd see on the power play. And with those guys out, to me, this is still Dallas or no bet, over or no bet. But I think it's just going to be a no bet here. And look at Mike M's on the other side. And I get it with all those guys out. So take it away here, Gogster. Stars, Blues. And this was the Blues at -120 and the Stars at +100 when I could have bet the Stars this morning. And now the Stars are -115. So clearly the Stars are taking money here and knowing that they're getting healthier. Take it away, Gogster.
So, excuse me. Is Kivranta in, Jimmy? Do you know if he's in? That's one of the guys I see out. That's a third liner there with Fasca and Guryanov. Having Hintz back, guys. He's top 10 player in the NHL. Excuse me. Having him on the line with Robertson and Pavelski, that's just it's a huge boost. But coming off the illness, this is another. It's kind of like the Vegas New York Rangers game, guys. Even Steve G in the chat saying, it's a tough day. In my opinion, it is too. Dallas, St. Louis. I have nothing so far on this game. If Hintz is back, that's going to be huge. Looking at St. Louis, though, guys, I have some notes. Where are we here? Notes, so many damn notes. St. Louis, Perron, and Costin, full participants in practice there from one of the beat writers. So they should probably be back. Perron, first time back in a while, and this Costin guy. And then also Prunovich. I haven't watched many St. Louis games, so I'm probably butchering his name, but one of their top defensemen, he's been out for a bit. He should be back as well, likely on Friday. So having him back, he was a top player for Springfield, got called up early. So
Perron can't come back, though. He's on the LTIR. He's not eligible to come back until Tuesday.
Oh, is it Tuesday? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
he's healthy, though. He's back.
Yeah, he's healthy. He's full participant, so he's good to go. Okay, so not having Perron. But even still, without them, 31% power play, 93% penalty kill for St. Louis. Their penalty kill has been absolutely unreal, and that's with Lindgren in net. So defensively, St. Louis has been an absolute beast. There's nothing wrong with their D core, really. It's more so their forwards. Kyrou and Shen are big players they're missing. St. Louis. Dallas getting Hintz back. Yeah, I see why the line definitely moved that way, guys. Holtby, some guys in the chat, I believe it was Birdie, was talking about Holtby's kind of had a resurgence here in Dallas. You've definitely seen that in his numbers. He's at a .931 save percentage in December with a 2.17 goals against. So he's playing solid hockey. Binnington, too. It is a question mark if it's going to be Binnington or Lindgren, too, Jimmy. I see Binnington.
Yeah, he's back off of COVID. But
yeah, he's off COVID, so there's just too many question marks. It's kind of like the Vegas game here, guys. I'm just going to stay away from this one. I would lean towards Dallas here, money line, but it's going to be a stay away.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way. I could have got Dallas at plus 100. I'm not going to take them down minus 115. Yeah. And I don't want them without Heiskanen. I don't ever want to bet this team without their best defenseman.
Yeah. No.
And he's not just their best defenseman. He's going to be up for Norris trophies as we move forward. He's a top 10 in the league.
Yes, he is.
For sure. Brady says it seems like a spot we should be betting the Stars. This one seems like low-hanging fruit. I've not bet yet, but I expect I will. Stars.
This could be a bounce back because 4-1 loss. This is like a back-to-back. They lost 4-1 against St. Louis there with Ottinger in net. Now they're going to have Holtby in net. And if Binghamton does go, I do like fading him personally off COVID. Right, he wasn't being able to practice much, being in confinement almost. So definitely we missed the best of the line, but I couldn't blame anyone for taking Dallas here. Just having the addition of Hintz. It's still without Heiskanen. No, that's too big. It's a stay away game here, guys. Not much more to say.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with you here. I don't want anything to. I agree that the Stars are probably the play, but
if Lindgren's in net, then I kind of lean towards St. Louis, to be honest.
Yeah,
they've been playing so well defensively, 93% penalty kill.
Yeah, I think this is a legitimate coin flip. But again, I just don't want him without Heiskanen. So I stayed off of it. I'm not going to take a worse line now. Let's move on to the next spot on the board, 8 p.m. Eastern. Washington Capitals 17-5-7, 8-3-3 on the road at Winnipeg Jets 13-10-5, 9-5-1. I don't know where Jose hides the breaking news. I have no idea. Oh, there we go. Okay, ready. Here we go. Gogster, give it to us.
So, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Paul Maurice for your Winnipeg Jets. Everyone in Winnipeg, he's no longer your coach. He stepped down there. If something happened, I don't know if it was with the players or he just had enough of Winnipeg, but he is no longer there. The interim coach is going to be Dave Lowry is now in for the Winnipeg Jets. So, breaking news, Paul Maurice has stepped down.
Yes, and why do you think he has?
I think, that guy's he's crazy on the bench. That man is absolutely nuts. It's fun to watch. I think he just kind of woke up today and looked at some of the guys and were like, you know what? Fuck you guys. And just kind of pieced out. But he didn't say that, right? He's in a business matter. He stepped down and it's either that or something happened in turmoil, like where shit was about to hit the fan. So we kind of ran out of dodge before, he got caught. Well, not caught, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think something's going to come out. Something's going to come out. He's going to have he will have physically assaulted somebody.
I think so. Like the guy for Jacksonville there who just got fired, Urban Meyer, like Maurice, kind of similar. If you're gonna, don't bring it up in front of the guys. If I hit you, tell me in the office, kind of thing.
I mean, have they been that bad this year? Blake Wheeler's done nothing. I mean, if they're 13-10-5, they're right on the outside looking into the playoff spot. Steve G says new NHL coaches have done very well this year. That is true. Brady says, I bet this Jets comfortably last night. I think there's an overreaction will be big. We'll be adding another Jets bet. He steps down means he was getting fired, and they allowed him to save face. Fact.
Mm-hmm.
Lee Davis says he kicked Hellebuck and said, hey, dipshit, make some saves. Oh, Urban Meyer. Okay, Capital Jets. So before all this happened, I thought at a pick'em that you have to bet the Jets in this situation.
At home?
You have to. But then I also thought that the Capitals, with another game of Backstrom under his belt, are probably without Tom Wilson. And then when I started going over Kuznetsov and Hathaway each on the COVID list, I was like, the Jets are the bet here.
Yeah. And Dowd's on there too. They also don't have Dowd and JVR too. They all additions to the COVID list too. So a couple more players out for Washington. Healthier Winnipeg team. I think the firing, to be honest, I don't think it hurts the team by any means. They've lost 2 games. The coach stepped down. I'm on Winnipeg here, guys. This is the only side, aside from the money line parlay that I'm going to give out here in a bit. First period and full game. I beat the line move for sure in this. I got 102 last night. It's now minus 115. That's at Pinnacle. First period and full game, Jimmy. Minus 115. Winnipeg. Samsonov. He's been okay. What do I have here? It's been decent. He's got a .917 save percentage with a 2.49 goals against. So definitely not the worst. But I'm gonna fade the players that are out for Washington here, guys. And Washington's power play is only 9% in the month of December, in about 3 weeks' time here, guys. 2.5 weeks. So with these guys out, Backstrom's back. That's going to help. And also their penalty kill is 63%. Washington. So they have issues left, right, and center. Now, Winnipeg, on the other hand, 68%, but their power play is humming at 27%. So power play advantages is heavily on Winnipeg's side here, and they're at home. Should be some fans in the arena still. So I have to be on Winnipeg here. Off 2 losses, too. 4-2 loss to Winnipeg, too. I like Winnipeg early and often.
Ron Crawford joining us. His spreadsheet play today yesterday was an easy casher on Vegas in regulation, and he's got one for us here on the Ducks. That'll be our last game that we break down, and I'm riding with our guy Ron Crawford here. So first period, full game for Gogster. I think I'll roll with you. On that spot. I think Kuznetsov, Wilson, Hathaway all being out, Backstrom not being at full strength, Pionk returning to the lineup for the Jets, and then you have the new coach to impress.
And they're off 2 losses, one of them being 4-2 to Buffalo.
I like it. I think I'm going to add that to my card. Let's move on to the next spot. Now I might have got a little greedy, but this to me was the slam dunk on the card. Slam dunk. 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Nashville Predators 18-10-1, 9-5-1 on the road. The Chicago Blackhawks 11-15-2, 6-6-1 at home. United Center in Chicago, Illinois. The shorthanded Predators on the second half of a back-to-back after winning their 6th straight game, 5-2 at home over an also undermanned Avalanche team. And look, I can understand if Dennis Garcia is shaking his head right now going, do not get in the way of these teams with winning streaks. I get it. But I dare the Predators with that lineup. Now, Philip Forsberg played out of his mind. But I just sit back. Okay, show me that again. Show me you can do that again. I will bet against you being able to do that again is the whole idea here for me. And so I'm on the Blackhawks. And I didn't realize until TJ sent me a message how badly I beat this market move.
What did you get it at, Jimmy?
I got the money line at minus 120. I got the puck line at plus 230. So that I beat the puck line by 50 cents. I beat the money line by 20 cents. But so I got a plus 150 on the minus 1. So my only fear is I took the minus 1, and will that come back to haunt me when I could have got, because it was under my minus 125 threshold. It was minus 120, but I was like, no, this is a slam dunk spot. So I'm going to go for a score here or just settle for a push. But you have Johansson and Granlund out, and Michael McCarron out. So those are 3 centers you have out. You have Nick Cousins out, Matt Duchene out. Matt Duchene can't play center. You have Philip Tomasino, a left winger, out, and Matt Luff out. So those are 3 wingers, and Luff can also play center. So you only have Harper out defensively. So that's the only thing. You still have Roman Yossi, and you still have Ekholm. Which,
Fabro too. They got Fabro. He's pretty good.
Yeah, their defense is, healthy enough.
Intact, yeah.
But this is, to me, a spot to back the Chicago Blackhawks in a big way, coming off their second win in 3 games, 5-4 at home versus Capitals on Wednesday night. They're one of the few teams not dealing with any COVID issues right now. And Slotsy says, I thought the Avs were easy money last night, but would lean Hawks here. Slotsy, look, if an hour before the hockey game, the Blackhawks lose 5 players, and one of them Seth Jones, then, we're screwed. That's what happened with the Avalanche last night. They lost 5 players, and one of them was the favorite to win the Norris Trophy in Cale Makar. So that's just Steve G says, again, don't lock in your NHL bets until game time. COVID cases coming out hour by hour. I'm still trying to beat lines, and I will always try to beat lines. So
valid. One thing about Cale Makar, he was actually in Trenton, Ontario, playing in like a under 18 tournament back in the day, and apparently he was just turning heads. So Cale Makar, he was in our backyard here, Jim.
Yeah, he's a spectacular hockey player. So I'm on the Blackhawks on the -1 line. I got plus 150.
Yeah,
and it was the screaming, you have to make this bet spot on this NHL card.
Well, I'll be the defendant. I'll be the defendant for the Nashville Predators. Their lineup: Forsberg, Sissons, Yanot, Tanner Yanot, Kunin. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names. I used to be better, guys. Novak, Eli Toivonen, Trenin, Glass, Oliver, Grimaldi, Myers. It's a gritty team. It's not the worst team, Jim. I've seen shittier teams in my day, and with their defense, I wanted to take the over, but more I'm thinking about it, I can't be on the over here. Chicago getting that at -120 was definitely the play. I wish I would have got that. Woke up a little bit late today and woke up and saw it at -139 at Pinnacle. So I'm not going to, just for leading by example, you could say I'm not going to take the -139. That's just a bad number. We don't want to do that, guys. In my opinion, long term, that's going to bite in the ass. So Jimmy went to the grocery store and got the apples at $1.20. I'm not taking it at $1.39. With that being said, I do lean towards Chicago. One thing about Nashville, though, defensively, Jimmy, they've only allowed 14 goals in 7 games. That's damn good. But you're going to have Red Light Riddick in net. You're not. I doubt they're going to go Saros again, Jimmy. I expect Riddick here on a back-to-back for Nashville.
Yeah.
And with Red Light Riddick in net, that's just, the lights going off left, right, and center, and that guy's in between the pipes, in my opinion. So I'd have to. The power plays too, 30% for Chicago, 23% for Nashville in the month of December, 61% penalty kill for Chicago, 77% for Nashville. Both penalty kills are shit. So I wanted to take the over, but I can't. I don't want to force anything here tonight. I would lean towards Chicago, though. If they're down 1-0, if Nashville get lucky and score one early, I'll definitely jump on Chicago live on a back-to-back. So that would be my only angle.
Yeah, and C Gunner says Nashville, Jim, here, I can understand they've won 6 straight. And so if you've been cashing on them, feel free to go ahead and do it. That was a tough game they won last night. By the way, and I'm sure those of you who are listening to these shows and these rumors, but there is an expectation that Marc-Andre Fleury will be the goaltender for the Colorado Avalanche within a month. So
is that ever needed?
And so, and plus 600 right now on the Avalanche is a pretty nice price. And I expect to make a move on that in the next 3 or 4 days. I expect once I get, where I don't have to cap the show every day and I sort of look at some of the long-term spots that I might want. I expect to bet the Colorado Avalanche to win the cup here. I already have Dallas. So then, division-wise, it will just be the Wild I will be worrying about inside the division. And then, of course, it'll be Vegas in the conference final. So that's what's going on. We got Sean from Pennsylvania says, Pittsburgh fan here, Fleury forever. Well, so that there's huge talk right now that Fleury will be a Colorado Avalanche goaltender within the month. Okay, so let's keep.
I want to take the over there, Jamie. I'm so close to taking it. I want to take it. I don't think the coach for Nashville is there. Does he not have COVID?
Nashville. Yeah, well, we have different coaches right now.
I'm pretty sure they don't have their normal coach either. Nashville's coach has got COVID. They called up the guy from the AHL, I'm pretty sure. So it's tough. I want to take the over here, guys. I'm leaning towards it. Check me out on Twitter there. Got it in the little black banner there below there, Ego47_. I'll tweet it if I add it, but definitely leaning towards the over.
And then Brady says it's going to be Rask. Rask was returning. There's a couple. Oh, guess what? Also,
What?
David Krejci is possibly going to be returning for the Bruins, and he would probably be a deal that would be almost done if it wasn't for Omicron or whatever it is. The Bruins are trying to get Krejci back into the lineup as well.
Wow.
So keep that. That's another thing that's
huge for Bruins fans.
Yeah. So Krejci, they're trying to get Krejci back. Okay, let's go to the last game on the NHL card here. Arizona Coyotes at Anaheim Mighty Ducks. I know they're not mighty anymore, but they're sure are playing mightily. We have our Ron Crawford in the house. Ron Crawford moving on these Anaheim Ducks on the puck line, and we're going heads up against Birdie. But I was going over this game, and I did not want. I don't choose to go up against Birdie. It's not something I want to do. And you never talk friends off of dogs, but the Ducks are a really good hockey team, and I think that this is a nice little homestand for them. And I think that they will keep trying to secure victories right now and won't take the Coyotes lightly. So Ron Crawford, spreadsheet play today, Anaheim Ducks. And I agree. It looks like Scott Wedgwood has become the starting goalie in Arizona. And I don't think I would do that. I think that 25-year-old Czech goaltender deserves the opportunity because we know 100%. That Wedgwood can't hold on to it. But if Wedgwood's going to give them some hope right now that you can trust them day in and day out, then I don't really mind that spot. Going up against Stolars, this Arizona power play at 11.8%, penalty killing at 70.7%. I mean, look at the special teams for Anaheim. This is how you make the playoffs. 25.9% power play, 86.1% penalty killing. Arizona comes in off their sixth straight loss, 3-2 at home versus New York in the game they were seemingly in control of until the last 5 minutes. Ducks come in off their fourth win in 5 games. I'm on the Ducks on the puck line. I got plus 100. I believe that's still available right now. No, it's minus 110 now. So at my book, so a 10-cent move there. Take it away here. Goes your last game on the card. Coyotes Ducks.
Wow. So I'll be quick here, guys. This is the Moneyline Parlay edition. So we're doing just because puck lines. Said it on the show last night. There, Minnesota puck line just bite me in the rear. I'm taking the money line here on Anaheim and taking the money line on Pittsburgh. If anyone can find a better number, I got that at minus 127. A little bit higher than you'd want, but I have a hard time seeing Anaheim losing to Arizona. Arizona also have a lot of injuries, guys. Some additions to the COVID list for Arizona. You have Lawson Krause, Jim. That's not a good sign. You have Christian Fischer. He's left the game upper body injury. And Ryan Dzingel. Not to mention you have Jacob Chychrun also out. They just have some key pieces for Arizona that aren't going to be playing here. And going on the road against a hot team in Anaheim that Gibson's out, but Stolars has been absolutely money. 5-0 in the month of December, in the last month with a .949 save percentage and a 1.49 goals against. Absolutely lights out. Probably one of the top goalies in the league right now. You got to be looking Anaheim. I don't blame you for taking the puck line here too, Jimmy. Just track record. I'm almost just, staying away from puck lines. It's got my number. Moneyline parlay here. Excuse me, guys. Moneyline parlay. We're taking Anaheim and Pittsburgh.
I like it. And the Chychrun situation, the Oilers are trying to get him. So the Oilers are in talks right now to get him up to Edmonton. And I expect that move to be made at this point. The thing is that Coyotes want youth back. And so at this point, I don't know if that's going to happen. But because the Coyotes want Bouchard. They want Evan Bouchard. And the Oilers are saying we're not going to give him up. No. Everybody who's in talks with the Oilers says we want Evan Bouchard back. That's what everybody is saying. But for these Ducks, for the Coyotes, you have 2 of their top 3 centers out in Larson and Beagle. You have Lawson, Krause, and Dzingel out. So you have 2 of their top 3 wingers, left wingers. You have Christian Fischer and Dmitry Yaskin out at right wing. So you have two of the top three right wingers. So you have Louis Eriksson playing more than you'd want him to play. And then you have Chychrun and Connor Timmins out. There's two of your top four defensemen. So I understand that people don't believe that, and it's fair. It's fair for, Dennis and Birdie to say that the Ducks shouldn't be at this price. Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be a very comfortable casher for me here. Very comfortable.
And I love my money. To be honest, this money line parlay, you got Subban and net against Yari, and then you got a heavily depleted Arizona team that can't score already, and now they're missing half their top forwards. So minus 127, guys. That's going to be the number one play. Along with Winnipeg, we're adding Winnipeg money line first period and full game. So I got 3 plays on this NHL card to finish off the week. Let's get some money, Jim.
And I'd like to add Winnipeg too. So that looks like it will be my lone addition here. But I'm on Penguins -1.5, -115, Blackhawks -1 at +150, and Ducks -1.5 at +100. So we will see. How this all goes. And I'll have action out every single day in NHL on my Twitter, so that won't stop for a second. Awesome. Mr. Gogster, have a wonderful holidays. I love working with you. I can't wait to have you back in action on our show on the first week of January and throughout the season. And I know you'll be doing a golf show here as well. And also, we want to get Gogster down to San Antonio. I heard Ick Schnizzle wants to make his plans to get down to San Antonio. And so that'll be the last 2 weeks of March when we're going to do it up big. And we won't be staying in San Antonio the whole time. We're going to get up to Louisiana as well. So it's going to be
Tejas to Louisiana. Sounds fun.
That's good.
Let me show you some fucking Gogster. Let me show you something. Let me take you to Mr. Diablo's Taco. Let me feed you Al Pastor taco with some pineapple on there, some cilantro, some corn tortilla. Let me feed those in your mouth. Put 7 of those in your mouth, and you'll feel like a better man. I promise you. Jim made me watch movies to become a better man. I'll feed Jim good food, and he'll become a different person.
Ooh, that's very exciting.
Let me see Jose.
Well, we're all excited about our steaks.
Everybody in the audience, now listen to me carefully, is being given a special package, and I don't want you to open it. Do not open it. Cameras are on you, so do not open until I tell you. All right, open your boxes. Open your boxes. 1, 2, 3.
You get a steak. 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 Everybody gets a steak.
I'm excited about my steak. Gogster, we love you, buddy. I'll be in touch over the holidays. Have a wonderful time up in Belleville.
Hey, man. I'll try and stay out of trouble here. We'll try to avoid it. Kick out any dumpster divers, or at least give them a hand. It's the holiday season. I'll give them a hand. Jimmy, enjoy the time in LA, brother. Say hey to all the low baggers. You guys have a great holidays. Enjoy your time there, Christmas. Whatever you may be celebrating, enjoy it, guys. We'll see you in 2022, or even at the end of this year when Jimmy comes back, whenever it may be. You guys have a great weekend. Cheers.
There he is, Mr. Gogster in the house. We move over to the National Basketball Association with our NBA expert coming to us live from Los Angeles, California, where I will be in 9 hours. I'll land in 9.5 hours. Please welcome to the show, Darryl Rice, a.k.a. It's Darryl in the house. What up, Darryl?
Yo, what is good with you, Jimmy? Man, happy Friday to you, brother. It is about to get live here in just a minute, man. I mean, 9 hours and you're here in good old California. Kind of excited about that. So, yeah, safe trip ahead of time to you. And let's talk some ball, man. I'm ready to get into it.
Let's talk some ball. I had an absolutely atrocious day on Wednesday. Yours wasn't nearly as bad as mine.
Oh, mine was bad.
But you were unlucky to not break even. You went 2-4 down 2.14 units, but you had one spot. I'd have to pull it up here, but one spot where it was very unlucky that you didn't cash, because you cashed Jazz. Oh, because you had Kings first half and they easily won the full game. That was it.
Yeah.
So it was just and then that Hawks team total over was completely in line until an 18-point fourth quarter. So in all reality, when I got destroyed, you could have easily gone 4-2. So, and you know what matters is your record on the season, and you're still in the black, and that's all that matters. That will always be all that matters. 21-19, 52.5%, plus 0.66 units, ROI plus 1.65%, average line minus 108. I'm coming off a 2-1 day. My season's been absolutely just abysmal. And you know what? If I have a bad day here, I think I'll stay off until Christmas Day. I'm just frustrated.
It's one of those things.
But some of the simple angles keep cashing. I mean, Nut Flush Allen is cashing every single day on taking a team total overs against the Rockets. And I was a little afraid that the Knicks would let their foot off the gas in the second half just because I've seen it so much. So I was on Knicks first half team total over 55.5 and Knicks first half minus 2.5. And they had a 39-point first quarter and an 18-point second quarter. I only cleared that 55.5 by a 1.5, but I cashed both those. And then I lost on the Sixers again. I'm just so I haven't given up. And hopefully it's Darryl who's going to take us to the cash. Let's get right after it. Darryl, you ready to rock?
Let's do it, man. I am ready. I'm kind of ready, I tell you, but I am ready. I was looking at these games last night, and there's been some crazy movement, bro. Crazy movement since then. So, yeah.
And I went ahead and bet. And I couldn't bet one of my bets because the first quarters weren't out yet. But I am on the Minnesota Timberwolves first half and full game. So I did lock that in. That's the only thing I've locked in. Let's get to work. 7 p.m. Eastern. And that's the only thing I've done well this year. Is I have played the Lakers, like a fiddle.
Jay, so, I think you're on the wrong side of that game tonight, brother.
I look forward to the game very, very much. But I tell you what, if there's going to be more Reeves magic, then I'll go start watching Game of Thrones. They have dragons in there, right? Dragons. You want to play make believe?
Yeah,
because I don't play make believe.
Hey, man, you got to give it up to Backyard Mamba, man. Come on. So he's not Maple Mamba, but he's Backyard Mamba.
All right, we're going heads up there, but let's get to work here. We go Miami Heat 17-12, 9-8 on the road at Orlando Magic 5-24, 2-9 at home, Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. But you have to give me one thing. One thing I've done right is I've been calling when the Lakers are time to bet them and when we should stay away from them. And I think on this 3-game winning streak where they feel so good about themselves, LeBron taking care of everything with all these guys out of the lineup. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. Heat come in off their third win in 4 games, 101-96 at Philadelphia on Wednesday night without their top 3 leading scorers in Butler, Bam, and Hero. Lowry finished with 14.6 boards, 5 assists. Miami's Duncan Robinson, 21 points, 8 boards. Tucker, 12 points. Dwayne Dedmon, 10 points and 14 boards. I had a lot of hope for Dedmon earlier in his career. Magic coming off their 6th straight loss, 111-99 at home versus Atlanta. That was a terrible move I made on Wednesday. Why do I keep believing in the Magic? And I legitimately almost was interested in them here. Mo Bamba and Gary Harris out last game, and they're so important. And Gary Harris just for the defense and the leadership. RJ Hampton goes for 15. Mo Wagner 19. Terrence Ross 18 and 7, and he had 8 assists. That's a career high for that selfish fucking asshole. Franz Wagner 10 points. Scored in double figures for 11 straight game. Wendell Carter Jr. 9 and 15, and Cole Anthony is listed as questionable with a thumb injury, and we certainly saw that in play. 7 points, 3 of 14 versus the Hawks. Jalen Suggs remains out. If I can't get a Cole Anthony who's going to score 20 plus, I don't know how we bet this basketball.
Yeah,
team.
don't bet this game. Did you just get the news?
What is
COVID outbreak there now in Orlando. That's why this line is moved to -7. Yeah, news just dropped. I think you're going to see that in the chat because there's brothers that's on top of that. Yeah, everybody's out.
Wow.
Yeah, RJ Hampton, Terrence Ross, so that's your Human Torch right there, and Mo Wagner have entered health and safety protocols. That explains the line movement.
And I'm guessing it
explains the line movement.
But it's 1 point. Why would it only be 1 point?
No,
it's still on the board.
Jimmy, I was looking at this game last night. And this was -3, bro. -3 to the Heat. I got up this morning and it went to -5. And now it's -7. Now, I thought the reason why I was going to go to -5 was because you probably had Cole M. Mamba out and you probably had Tyler Hero in. Tyler Hero didn't even practice and shoot around. He didn't even practice and shoot around, and then you got the COVID outbreak, and then you got Yurtseven, who's been cleared. So this one here is you either step on Miami or don't play this game at all. I mean, this looks like this is going to be a Miami spot. I was looking at numbers yesterday. Miami is actually doing better in their first half spreads. Orlando is last in first half points, right? So this is one of these things to where if you're going to take Miami, you're afraid of those points because it did get juiced up. At this point, you could probably still take full game because I had a number of -10. So I would look at Miami first half, but I'm off of this game, man. Now it's a mess over there, but I'm off this game.
Understandably so. This opened at Pinnacle because I used the Pinnacle opening numbers at 9:30 this morning. So they wait. They don't put themselves in uncomfortable spots, but they'll give you the best number to bet a spot at. But they don't put them in bad spots. So they opened it at 9:30 at -6. Within 45 minutes, it was -7. But very interesting for all of you guys to know is that it moved back to 6.5 for 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. So there has to be a reason that Pinnacle does that. So I'm not saying, bet the Magic, but I'm just saying that maybe take a second to, just weigh each side because there's a ton of missing pieces here, and there's some passion when these two teams play each other. Let's just see what's going on with the cash flow before we just move on from this spot. God, something about capping. I'm getting killed in NBA, and it's like weighing on my shoulders. And when one sport does that, it's just I don't want to talk about the sport. But getting a chance to cap with you, Darryl, this just feels good, man. You got such a good energy about you. 6,405 tickets in. So listen to this, you guys. So look, before it's just a slam dunk Heat spot for everybody. 16% of the tickets are on Orlando Magic. So the public is reading this news and hammering or betting Miami, but 66% of the cash is on the Magic. So somebody is betting big dollars on this Magic spot, and just don't.
Yeah, I mean, because there's value in every half number, right? So you move just a hook, there's value there. You move another hook in either direction, there's value. So it's not just okay. All of a sudden, you got these people out smash Miami Heat. That's what the general public's going to think, and that's probably what you want to stay away from, right? So I would still like Magic, or excuse me, I would like the Miami Heat first half just because the numbers have it that way, and Magic is last in first half scoring, right? They're scoring only like 50 points. They're last, even in their last three, they scored like 50 points.
Is that something you would like to make official?
No, I can't here at this point.
Yeah.
I would really need Tyler Hero to be in there, really. And he didn't even practice and shoot around. So this one here, I didn't play it last night. I looked at it this morning, didn't want to play it. This is something I don't have a plan, but my lean would be, it definitely be Miami Heat first half.
And I agree with Dennis Garcia here in this comment. Oh, and Lee Davis saying Hampton, Ross, Wagner, all out. Dennis Garcia says there's a reason their hashtag is Heat culture. Best culture in the league. Continue to find a way. Lowry is such a leader, as elite as they come.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm not going to even slander that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
We love Lowry. We love him. We absolutely love him. We adore him. He can have anything he wants in our country. He can bet any woman. I know he's happily married and has children, but
yeah, whatever. If I was you, I'd be mad as fuck. If I were you, I'd be mad as fuck.
No, man, he gave us 9 great years, and look at our roster. Okay, no, we want Lowry to go live a great life and enjoy himself, whatever he wants. Okay, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Denver Nuggets at Atlanta Hawks. Nuggets 14-14, 6-9 on the road. Hawks 14-14, 8-6 at home. It's hard to believe, we'd be 28 games into the season, and both these two teams would be 500. We're at State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Last 5 games for Denver, they're 3-2. Their pace is 10th in the NBA at 98.64 possessions a game, while Atlanta is 2-3, third in pace at 100.80 possessions a game. And sorry, that's full. Let me move over to full game for the market move here. Here we go. We have Atlanta opening up as 3.5-point favorites. Bodog is moving to 4, but everywhere else it's 3. There's been a 7-cent move at Pinnacle to -107 from even money at 3.5. This total opened up at 223.5 and has shot up to 226. We have 5,901 tickets in. 67% of the tickets, 86% of the cash on the Atlanta Hawks. 62% of the tickets, 83% of cash on the under. And we often see that when we have market moves of 3 to 4 points. Big bets start coming in on the other side. Denver had their modest 2-game winning streak snapped in a 124-107 loss at home to the Timberwolves on Wednesday night. Austin Rivers has missed 8 straight in COVID protocols. JaMychal Green's missed 2 games with the right ankle. ankle sprain. Marcus Howard had a knee injury in Wednesday night's game against Minnesota. And just the fact that I'm saying those three names out loud is a sign of how weak this lineup has become all of a sudden, with injuries. And it's just, this is a really weak team around a spectacular player in Jokic. The Hawks snapped their 2-game losing streak with a 111-99 win at Orlando on Wednesday night. They won 8 of their first 9 home games before losing 5 straight. They've lost 5 straight at home. Young scored 28 points in the win, ended the 2-game losing streak, but still only 18 points in that fourth quarter, which cost that team total over. Take it away here, Darryl. Atlanta at home to the Nuggets.
Something to behold here, right? Denver is playing exceptionally faster, like you said, right? Their pace is picked up. And that's kind of funny because Joker doesn't play fast. He always plays at his own pace and space, rather. It's kind of funny that they're moving fast. But with them moving fast, Jay, they're winning games. Last 10, 9-1 to the over. 9-1. They went under one time, and that was 2-13, and that was at Chicago, a game that they lost. If you're going to play fast, I feel you got the advantage, right? But can Denver really match bucket for bucket against the Hawks? This game was at -4 last night, so money's coming in on the Hawks, right? I was leaning huge, and my note said huge lean to the over 222. I should have got on that because this number has sped up now. Now I've lost value, right? I've lost some value, and I've got to make a gamble that this game is going to get over 226. But for what it's worth, they went over 223, a game that they lost to Minnesota, right? Minnesota put them thangs on them. And then all their other games have been 218, 218, 217, 213, 209, 208. And they're cruising over as well. So if I'm going to look at the 225, this is telling me that these teams are going to trade buckets. And I don't know if Denver can trade buckets with Atlanta at home. Also this is something that I really like that made me even more keen about taking Denver, and it's a lean here. Denver in these last 10 have not lost back-to-back games. They have not lost back-to-back games at all. So the game against Minnesota that they did lose, this tells me, according to this trend, that they are going to win, right? They should win. They'll lose a game and then win a couple lose. Atlanta has lost back-to-back games in these last 10, I want to say twice. They've done it twice. Yeah, they did it against Houston and Brooklyn. They beat Orlando, and then they did it against Philly and Chicago, and then they beat Minnesota. So I do like Denver here. Now that this number's gone down a little bit, it's telling me money is coming in on the Hawks. Once again, I have a huge lean on the over, but then I lost the value. So I don't know if I really want to touch the 226 now, because now you've got about 4 points. Like I said, I saw it at 225. You saw it at 223. That number is at now 226. I'm off of it as of now, but it is a lean. I might get back to you, seeing if this number settles a little bit.
Yeah, that all makes sense to me, that breakdown. But when you started talking about can the Nuggets trade baskets with the Hawks, I started thinking, I don't think they can. And I understand the second angle with the Nuggets not losing 2 straight, but I don't think they can with this lineup.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what kind of gave me cause for pause. Because if they do, then I don't think they're down, even though they're playing faster, right? Even though Denver is playing faster, you're playing a game that Atlanta plays already. They're going to run up and down the court. They're going to shoot, and they're going to make baskets, right? So the game outcome is telling me they think that's going to happen, or this line wouldn't have shot up, or the total rather wouldn't have shot up another 3 points. So that's why I stepped off of the game. But the only thing also that tells me that there should be some confidence in Denver is the fact that they have not lost back-to-back games in the last 10.
Yeah, I get it. So I'm going to sit on it for a little longer. We'll keep rolling. But Ron Walsek, whom I love dearly, those of you who don't know our guy Ron Walsek is a Florida capper, and he was the first guy to find the Greyhound racing dogs, the retired Greyhound racing dogs' homes. He was the first guy. Started doing that in 1984, and he started finding all of the retired dogs' homes across America, and now it became a big deal and a big thing. And he's just a great guy. I love him. And Ron Walsack is saying, because he's a Florida guy, and I love hearing, you always like hearing the Cappers who watch, who are in the area.
Their team, right?
He doesn't see Orlando scoring over 85 points. He says,
I can see it.
Orlando team total under. It's at 98.5 sitting at.
You know what? I will jump on that. I will. Yeah.
It makes absolutely perfect sense from a Capper.
I didn't think about that. I was looking at the team totals, but yeah, I will jump on that. And shout out to everybody in the comments also. I love y'all, brothers, man. Brothers and sisters, love y'all. Sorry I didn't get a chance to say hi to y'all earlier, but I see you guys, Red Eyes, Renmos, TJ, Unk. I see y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. I really do. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Wow. A lot of talk about your breath today, Darryl, by the way, in the chat. A lot of talk about your breath and your voice today. So the chat's popping for you today.
I appreciate it, man. Is there any females, though? Is there any females?
Only two. Only two. You know how we roll, Darryl.
That's...
And I don't see them in the chat either.
Forget it. Mark, what up, baby? I feel you. Yeah, I did brush my teeth today. I did.
Matty Ice says the best voice on YouTube from our Darryl. Red Eye says, does he have his own show? Follow Darryl on Twitter. You get all his goods at It's Darryl, ITSDERL. Okay, so I found the best line by far. It's at Circa. So we get you and thank you, Ron Walsack. And this is another exactly what we do as a group here. We cap together as a team. So it's Magic team total under 99 and only minus 107 juice at Circa. So you're getting a nice low juice. You're getting a half point better than me. And also that, just to give you an idea of how good of a bet that is, at Pinnacle, the sharpest book there is it's 99.5.
Yeah.
But it's minus 119 to the under. They don't want you to
juiced as hell. They don't want you to touch that.
No. So I'm going to come in with you and Ron Walsack shout out. I think that's a perfect look. Okay, and we're going to stay off the Nuggets Hawks side, but I kind of like the Hawks at this point. And JD said, thought I accidentally clicked on the Smooth Jazz YouTube channel. That's how smooth.
Hey,
that's how smooth there is. Okay, let's keep rocking. Let's stay focused. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Golden State Warriors 23-5, 9-3 on the road. At Boston Celtics 14-14, 7-4 at home. Here's another 500 team that's getting healthier, unlike the other teams that are sitting at 500. TD Garden, Boston, Massachusetts. Turnsey says, I wish Darryl would adopt me. That's what this is. That's
yeah, that's a good one, man. Hey, if the government's paying, bro, yeah, I got you.
Mississippi Kid says, what is Ron's Twitter? I will get that for you because I love the man, Ron Walsack.
I've been trying to get adopted by you for ages, and Darryl just gonna adopt a random chat member, no problem. You not gonna say anything, Jimmy? What the fuck?
Okay. All right, let's move on.
Y'all is wilding today, man. It is definitely Friday.
Golden State Warriors 4-1 over the past 5, 21st in pace at 97.10 possessions a game. Boston's 2-3 over the past 5, 6th in pace at 99.40 possessions a game. But the big story with these Celtics is 117-103 win at home versus Milwaukee on Monday night. Jason Tatum goes for 42, and Jaylen Brown returns for 19. Boston is without Jay Rich, COVID-19 health and safety protocols. Bruno Fernando, lower back spasms, and Jay Rich has been cleared by the COVID protocols. He will play Friday. So Josh Richardson is in the lineup, but Jabari Parker entered the protocols and will not play against these Warriors.
So did Al Horford and Grant Williams. They've entered. Okay. Yeah. So now it changes again. This is fucking weird.
Wow.
This is so weird how this goes. But yeah. Yeah, Jimmy, what do you do now?
Well, Tatum and Brown are going to play for 40 minutes each, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this is where I was looking at, right? We talked about, listen, we don't want to even bet Golden State until Steph breaks his damn record, right? Let him break the fucking record, and then we could start talking about betting Golden State again. Steph breaks a record in the first quarter, and it still seems like they had trouble with New York that entire game, right? Or at least that first half. They got around and got it together third quarter because we know how Golden State plays in the third quarter. And then they wind up finishing the game. I believe this is just me being me. Maybe it's a tinfoil hat theory. These guys are just about even when it comes to first half. I think this is a Boston first half game. I really do. I believe this is a Boston first half game. You then go into halftime, make your adjustments, and then Golden State comes out in the third quarter and takes care of business. But I looked at this record. They're both about the same. They're even with their first half points. Boston actually has a better first half ATS against or versus Golden State. So it's one of these things to where I was going to really move on Boston first half, but then I got the news about the bigs being out. Now maybe that doesn't matter because at one degree, Golden State's already small. They play small ball, right? Their big man is James Wiseman, who's kind of due to come back here in the next couple of weeks. But at the same token, man, the -3 feels trappy as fuck. That feels trappy, man. So I do like Boston first half. I might just stay with that there. You know what? I'm going to press the button on that. This is me being a degenerate right now, y'all. But I'm going to go with my gut here. I like Boston first half, which means that's probably +1.5. I'm going to go with
very interesting look, Boston first half. Let me see what I can get you here. +1.5 at -108. That's at Pinnacle. Let's just see if we can beat that at Circa, and then we'll just move on. So Circa, I bet you will get less juice at Circa. Circa first half spread is -107. So
yeah, and that's not even. See, I'm going for the gusto here, man. I mean, you know what? I went with it yesterday, right? The line is kind of went up from 3 to 3.5 back to 3. The Al Horford, it's not like you're losing scoring with Al Horford, right? So, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going Boston first half here. I like Boston first half.
You know what makes sense? Sammy Calmer says Curry's still hungover. They've had a few days off now on the road. It's been a celebration. You know, they're relaxed. The idea that the Celtics would come out sharp with Tatum and Brown doing everything is fascinating. It's so fascinating that I'm thinking of coming around with you, but I would like to be even earlier. Just do first quarter. All right, interesting look. Okay, let's keep rolling. Next up, we have 8 p.m. Eastern, Milwaukee. Did I put Darryl? Sorry, I didn't put Darryl there. Okay. Next up, Milwaukee Bucks at New Orleans Pelicans. Bucks 19-11, 9-7 on the road. Pelicans 9-21, 4-9 at home. Smoothie King Center. And Dennis Garcia goes far enough to say Boston wins the game.
Yeah, I mean, that feels trappy as hell, man. I mean, for as good, you would just think they would go back to their regular game plan, right? So that this is like Golden State smash, but I just think Boston can get up here. I like the first half better only because of what Golden State does in the third quarter. But -3 seems relatively short to me, man. That's just a short line. Really weird. So I wouldn't talk anybody off the full game.
All right, let's roll on Milwaukee Bucks Pelicans. Milwaukee last 5, 3-2, 12th in pace at 98.40 possessions a game. New Orleans Pelicans 2-3, 22nd in pace at 96.69 possessions a game. I almost bet the Pelicans in this spot, and I was like, you know what? If you're going to actually bet the Pelicans, maybe you should talk it out first.
Yeah.
And decide whether you want to do it.
Don't do that.
The Bucks open up at -2.5. They're down to -2 now. And that was a Pinnacle opener, as I'll always give. This total opened up at 218.5. That's where it stands right now. There are a couple 219s on the board. When we go over to the cash flow in this spot, we didn't talk cash flow in the Celtics Warriors spot. 7,086 tickets in Celtics Warriors. 25% of the tickets, 29% of the cash on the Celtics. Those are the kind of numbers I really like. In all honesty, when you that far away from the public, but you have a little bit of extra cash on that quarter of the action. I think that's a pretty nice spot. Also very interesting in this spot as well, because those of you guys talking totals in that Warriors Celtics games, only 22% of tickets are on the under and 75% of cash. 75% cash on that under. Let's move on to this Pelican spot. We have 5,510 tickets in, 9% of the tickets on the Pelicans, 19% of the cash on the Pelicans, and the market moving towards the Pelicans. 71% of tickets on the under, 91% of cash on the under. That's a lot of money on the under. What has it done? It's not done anything. Wow. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So the severely undermanned Bucks won their third game in 4 nights, 114-99 at home over the Pacers on Wednesday night. No Antetokounmpo, health and safety. No Chris Middleton. hyperextended left knee. DeMarcus
Yep.
Cousins, personal. Brooke Lopez, back surgery. Sammy Ojale, calf. Wes Matthews and Dante DiVincenzo, health and safety. DiVincenzo hasn't played all year, but he was going to play in that game. But now he's in COVID protocol, so he was back. Pelicans coming up their second win in 3 games thanks to this miracle 61-foot heave by Devontae Graham. It was so much fun. That last 5 seconds of that game was so much fun. That the dagger 3 it looked like, and then
The dagger.
Then Devontae comes back with a 61-footer. I just loved it. And Brandon Ingram goes for 34 points. I'll go over make sure I know exactly what's going on with this Bucks team. But why wouldn't we bet the Pelicans at home here after the Bucks looked so good with this undermanned roster at home and now have to go on the road?
Because it's the fucking Pelicans still. I mean, there's Jimmy. I mean, that's a real question. Goddamn. Okay, I'm being a little facetious here, but it is still the Pelicans, right? And this team has no identity without Zion. Bottom line, right? This team has no identity without Zion. And this team is in disarray. It's continued to be in disarray. You made all the wrong swaps in the offseason. Probably should have kept Ball or at least paid his ass to stay there. I don't know. Still trying to gather that. Brandon Ingram is just a silent assassin when he wants to be. This team fights, man, but they really fight, in my opinion, at the wrong times. I don't know. I don't get this team. I really don't like to pay too much attention to this team. I mean, this team has only won 9 games. 9 games, man. So, in my opinion, this is a game to where if you're going to take the game, take the Bucks first half. I didn't know it. Bucks are second in the league in first half scoring against the spread. Right? At home, they are 9-6. Let me make sure that's right. At home, first half, 10-6. Right? They're right under the red hot Cleveland Cavaliers. So if you're going to take this, and this is what you got to think of also. The Bucks are covering spreads, and this spread is a lot higher than -2. Bucks are going to be favorites the majority of the time, and they're still second in the league in first half spreads, right? So if I'm looking at this game right now, they are averaging 6 more points than the New Orleans Pelicans, and that's in the last 3. So that's without the freak. That's without Chris being in one game and out another. So even though Milwaukee isn't, and they're not healthy, obviously, they're still good enough to where they've got set pieces to get it done, right? And that's without the freak in the game. So if I'm looking at this game, I'm looking at Milwaukee Bucks first half. You're going to get it at -1, right? They should be up on New Orleans by halftime, just by their record alone. So if New Orleans is going to come out, this is what I'm going to tell you then. If you think that New Orleans is going to come out and fight, then this should be a New Orleans trifecta. This should be a New Orleans trifecta to where New Orleans is going to beat them first quarter, beat them first half, and beat them full game, as short as this number is, right? So I would just take it there. But if New Orleans is behind, I don't see them coming back that easily. I don't. So I'm really on Milwaukee Bucks first half. That's my lean. I'll probably get to that. So I wrote that down as that was something I was looking at. Are we sure Chris Middleton is in?
Yes, he's probable.
Probable. And that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the Chris Middleton news. But I do, I think I will step on Bucks first half if he's playing.
Well, let me just close our breakdown of this game with this. You have DeMarcus Cousins, you have Bobby Portis, and you have Brooke Lopez out. So who's going to stop Jonas?
No one.
But it doesn't matter?
I don't think so. I mean, are you saying who's going to stop anyone on this Bucks team?
Well, I just don't think. I think Valanciunas can go for whatever he wants to go for, and who is going to stop Ingram and Valanciunas from controlling the game?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. In my opinion, Valanciunas is great, right? I think he's probably has still the highest percentage in threes when he takes them. Brandon Ingram, another story, but does this team just show up? You have the players to do it, but they're just inconsistent. So you can't have those gradable players and those two guys and only have 9 games won. So like I said, if you feel that way, then you should just jump on New Orleans.
I think I may.
That would be a New Orleans trifecta.
So Steph Roscoe is trying to say this guy's drunk, but he says this is guy drunk. That's what
This is guy drunk. Who's drunk? Me?
Who's a fucking booze bag?
Yeah.
Roscoe. Okay.
Takes one to know one, Steve.
This is guy drunk.
This is guy drunk.
Okay, let's move on to 9 p.m. Eastern. San Antonio Spurs 10-17, 4-8 on the road at Utah Jazz, 20-7, 10-4 home. Vivint Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Spurs over the last 5, 2-3, 18th in pace at 97.50 possessions a game, while Utah is rolling. Your breakdown of Utah on Wednesday was so on point, and it was such an easy casher, and I was could have easily got the triple up. Utah 5-0 over the past 5, 15th in pace and 98.00 possessions a game. Let's move over to the odds here. And this was where I was thinking of Spurs first quarter because they looked so bad out of the gate. In that You have 12 minutes, and I couldn't bet it. It wasn't available for me this morning. They hadn't dropped the first quarters, but I imagine it's going to be, a 4?
It's 4.5 probably.
Yeah, and I was like, God, Pop has to have them ready to rock here.
Yeah.
Jazz 11.5 point favorites. This total is another total that shot up 223.5 to 226. And cash flow wise, we have these 6,266 tickets in. 82% of the tickets, 93% of the cash on the Jazz. So maybe we should wait to get a better number. 58% of tickets, 67% of cash on the over. Spurs come in off an ugly 131-115 loss at home to Charlotte on Wednesday night. Hornets shot 59.3% from the field, 52.9% from 3. I mean, they just dominated. Jazz coming off a dominant 124-103 win at home over the undermanned Clippers on Wednesday night. Mitchell goes 19 of his 27 points second half. They took over, but they were looking good in the first half anyways. They just completely took over in the second half. Rudy Gobert, double-double with 20 and 17. Bogdanovic, 6 threes. He went for 20. And Jordan Clarkson showing why he won the Sixth-Man Award again with 21 points off the bench. Take it away here, Darryl. Spurs, Jazz.
You took it for me. So I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go back to the well with the Spurs first quarter. They're still ranked number 1 in the league, right? That's over the Cavs. So if I'm going to look at a game, I'm going to look at San Antonio Spurs first quarter. Again, I didn't have a number either, but this spread is a lot larger. So if you're telling me you got 11.5 points, this one here is still in our first quarter spread.
It's 3.5 now. I thought I was like, why are they not giving it out? I couldn't because I've just not liked them. And 3.5 is just like they're screwing me. It is at minus 105, so maybe it was at 4 and it got hammered. Brad Summersell says Spurs in the points.
I mean, that's a lot. I don't know, man. I don't know at all. I that's something that I really wouldn't step on because it's the Jazz, man. And the Jazz are doing pretty good lately.
3.5 not enough.
It kind of reminds me. Now, remember, I mean, the Jazz are 4-9 and 7-5 and 11-14. So they're under 500 for their first quarter scoring.
Wow.
Right. Now, this is also with them having larger spreads, especially as of late, because they're putting up major points, but they're not scoring in the first quarter like that. Right. So even with the 3, I could probably still jump on it, but I'm going to wait to see if that number evens out somewhere for you get some more money onto the Jazz, which you should do. I mean, this is reminiscent of the Jazz 15-game run last year. You know what I'm saying? You remember that? If you jumped on the Jazz, you blindly made money. So I wouldn't go against it right now. But at the same time, 11.5 is a lot. Can they take it against the Spurs? They could take it against anyone at this point. So I'm looking at that first quarter as the better bet, but I'm going to wait on this as well. The numbers are better there, if you ask me.
Yeah, I love it. They don't play with any the urgency. I mean, that's the Jazz. And why would they? They know that they got 48 minutes to take control of the game. So it's a stay off spot for me. Bam sees the Spurs first quarter at +4 at Bookmaker. So there is a +4 at Bookmaker. Sammy Calmer, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for everything you bring to the show. And Sammy, I'd like to get you on screen. I'd like to get you on camera in the 2022. So let's talk on Twitter. And Steph Brosco says, I think the Jazz win the championship. And Trey Charles says, Jazz is going to make easy work of these boys.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah, Dennis Garcia though says Spurs first half for sure, maybe full game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not going to even try to fumble that, but I was looking at their first half numbers. It's not as strong as their first quarter number.
Yeah, says with Bovada down for the past 30 hours, can you come over to help me pick up cans along the highway later today?
That's funny, man.
Okay, let's
They're losing a shit ton of money.
Let's move on.
Daryl, I'm going to join you. Daryl.
Oh,
you've
Okay.
talked me into it. I like your Spurs first quarter, first half. I'm going to make both official.
Are you going to wear your San Antonio chanclas shirt?
Well, yeah. I mean, my mom throws them at me typically, but at this point, I've gotten good enough where I can just snatch them.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I do have my hat with me right here. But I'm joining you. Spurs, first half and first quarter +4. I like that as well.
okay. So we have that 4 over at Bookmaker.
And Deacon is very right, by the way, with my friend Bovada being down the last 30 hours. I feel like I've just lost my fingers. I have hands but no fingers, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do at this point.
Wow, this first quarter, that first half line is shocking.
Yo, Steve, I don't know who's going to win the championship. I'm drunk, remember?
Wow, look at these lines. Look at these lines you're getting at Circa here. You're getting the Spurs first quarter, just a little, that's okay here, +4 -107. But first half, I think he might have been referring to me as being drunk. I'm not sure.
I don't
know. It
know.
could easily have been me. It could easily.
I've never seen him before, so you can't come in here being toxic.
When anybody says that guy is drunk and there's more than one person on the screen, I assume they're speaking to me.
Yeah. Now, if this was a night show, it's a different story, right? Then I'm drunk all night.
Listen to this. You can get +7.5 at Circa first half.
And I'd like to remind everyone that our friend Quinn Snyder, aka Snyder Quinn, Spurs disciple.
Yes,
Spurs disciple. So I would say Pop knows him pretty well, and I definitely feel like we'll have a clash. Nice first half, and then the Spurs will get shellacked in the second half.
In the second half, right? Yeah, that seems like that's how to go.
That is a point better than any other book I see right now. The +7.5 at -114. That's the one you want, right? 7.5 -114.
Yes, Jim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my teeth are real, Deacon. I'm sorry. See, now that you got me reading the comments, I'm trying to I can't walk and chew bubblegum, bro.
Well, you've got the same teeth as Bobby Firmino. Shout out to the chat if you know that. You've got perfect teeth.
Yeah.
There.
Come on, man. I think I'm going to. So Wham found a 4, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I did too. 4 at -105 at Circa.
Yeah, give me that. Give me the first quarter Spurs. I'll jump on it.
Jose, can you reach out to Big Boss? He's having trouble getting in. I don't know what's going on, but you reach out to him. Okay,
y'all better do that. Hey, man, do not fuck around with Big Boss. Get the brother in the show.
Yeah, I just love him so much. Spurs first quarter +4.
I used to, James. I used to, but now I need health insurance. So James said, "Do you do this full time?" Like, bro, I need that Blue Cross Blue Shield, man. I need that. So no, but yeah, I would like to be honest with you. I retired for a good 3 months
for sure. I got to get Ella from school here in. Oh wait, no, that's 2:15. 2:15. Okay, no, we're good to go. All right, next up.
Yeah, let's get them through.
No, I feel you. We'll roll. Okay, 10 p.m. Eastern. LA Lakers 16-13, 6-6 on the road at Minnesota Timberwolves 13-5, 7-9 at home. Target Center, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Lakers 4-1 over their last 5, 14th in pace, 98.16 possessions a game. Minnesota at 2-3, 5th in pace over the last 5 at 101.40 possessions a game. The fact that it's D'Angelo Russell that's changing the dynamic of this game, of this team, I don't really like, because I don't like him. But it's happening, and we have to recognize it. The market is moving towards the Lakers right now. There's been a 7-cent move at the 2.5 line towards the Lakers at Pinnacle. This total is either at 222 or 222.5. Let's see where the cash is here. 51% of the tickets, 59% of the cash on the Timberwolves, and the market's moving towards the Lakers, making it more appealing to bet the Lakers. 36% of tickets on the under, 94% of cash on the under. And I already bet the Timberwolves first half and full game here. I love that the Lakers have won 3 straight. I love that they beat Dallas in overtime. And look, LeBron wants it all on him. Now he's going to have that opportunity because Russell Westbrook, Avery Bradley are now on COVID-19 protocols to join Taylor Horton-Tucker, Dwight Howard, and Malik Monk. The Timberwolves coming off their second straight win, 124-107 at Denver on Wednesday night. Ant Edwards was incredible. 38 points, 14-21 shooting, 10-14 from 3. He is the youngest player in NBA history to have 10 3-pointers in a game. 4th player in league history to have 2,000 points, 400 boards, 300 assists in his first 100 games, joining LeBron, Blake Griffin, and Luka. I look, if when you explain why you're on the other side, I'll get nervous. But I like this spot here. I like everybody happy about the Lakers. I love fading the Lakers when everyone's pleased with their performance, and I back them immediately when everybody wants nothing to do with them. Take it away here, Darryl, my guy.
Yeah. So first off, man, I appreciate Chris. Chris has been a long time listener. I was walking daily giving out plays, man. So he remembered that. Red Eye said you pronounced Labish wrong. So I'm telling you now, man. Don't call me a homer on this, but I feel like this is a Lakers spot again. I really do. I do like the Lakers here, and I believe they get it done, regardless of the win streak. This win streak is real. Now you're telling me Westbrook out. I don't think that's really a bad thing for the Lakers, to be honest with you. I don't think so. This line has kind of moved all over the place. I saw it as low as 1.5, right? I'm not too concerned about the total. I really do believe the Lakers are going to get this done. And I'm just talking from what I've seen as a body of work that they've done recently. Okay, just for what it's worth, they beat Dallas. Okay, overtime, it took them to do that. Barnyard Mamba that makes the shot, right? They beat Orlando and OKC. They lost to Memphis, but they did beat Boston. I think this team is starting to get it together, and I just don't believe it's one of these things to where they win against sorry teams and then they just break down and lose. Minnesota's a sorry fucking team. They just have, a great player on that team, a couple of great players, if you want to call it that. But I just don't think this team is good enough to beat the Lakers in this spot right now. I don't. So I'm not going to even give you thorough analysis on this game. I know Minnesota already got them the first time, 83-107, and that was early November. But the Lakers are playing good ball. I'm just going to tell you, for what it's worth, man, right now they are playing good ball. So until I see differently, I would have to side with the Lakers here. I don't mind that Westbrook is out. I don't mind that Avery Bradley's out. I do mind if Monk is playing, and I believe Monk is playing. I'm a Malik Monk fan, bro. So I'm going to step on the Lakers. I like the Lakers here. I'll take the plus 2.5. I'll step on it now.
And you are right about Malik Monk. He's not on the injury report. So yeah, Malik Monk is a big help. Dennis Garcia says Minnesota will end the year with a better record than the Lakers.
Bullshit.
I love Dennis's takes. They're so decisive, and they're so.
That's so funny, man.
I love them. I love those takes. I love them. I love capping with them. I love them. Okay, so
yeah, that's so funny. I mean, everybody's looking at that because of the body of work they've been putting up since, the beginning of the year, and how kind of you saw the same experiment happen. If you don't believe me, go and look at how Westbrook was playing when he got to Houston in the beginning of the year and how it turned around. So I'm going to overreact because I am a Laker fan. I did say I'm off of them, but what I've seen as of lately, man, Lakers are playing pretty much better ball. So I'm going to jump on them. I like the Lakers.
Okay. Let's give it to I'm just gonna make sure that boss is being helped. Is Jose helping? Okay. What would you like them first full game? You want
full game? Yeah. Full game here.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch the end of this. King Marcus, respect, says got Lakers plus 120 money line. So you got King Marcus with you. Raymond Cummings says that I'm tripping, and King Marcus, thank you so much, man. Thank you for your support. We love being here, and we will never sell you anything. We just want to win together. And
absolutely.
Okay, so let's get you the best line available. So plus 2.5 is juice now, minus 113 over at Pinnacle. Let's see if Circa can beat it. And here we go. No, it's same deal. It's a cent more. So do you want the plus 2.5 or do you want to ride money line?
I'll take the plus 2.5.
All right. Let's go. Plus 2.5 for Darryl. We're going heads up. Heads up. Lakers plus 2.5. And I will miss most of this game. I'll be in the air. Minus 114. Oh, minus 113. Okay. All right. We roll on. Next up for us, 10 p.m. Eastern, Charlotte Hornets 16-14, 8-10 on the road at Portland Trailblazers, 11-18, 10-7 at home. And the big news is LaMelo Ball has rejoined the team and is questionable for the game. So he missed 6 games due to the COVID issues, but he cleared protocol earlier in the week, being with Greensboro of the G League conditioning. So we are good to go here for, it looks like he's still questionable, but I expect him to be in the lineup. So we're at the Moda Center, Portland, Oregon. The Charlotte 2-3 over the past 5, 28th in pace at 94.33 possessions a game. Portland 0-5, 18th in pace at 99.13 possessions a game. Let's go over to the market here. We have Portland opening up as 2-point favorites. That's moved to 2.5. This total opening at 230.5 at Pinnacle. They've moved it to 230. So they've moved it a half point down. Then when we go to the cash flow in this spot, we have 4,980 tickets in. 40% of the tickets, 92% of the cash on the Portland Trailblazers. Ballsy, 81% tickets on the under. Hornets come in off their second win in 3 games, 131-115 at the Spurs on Wednesday night. I wonder, I'm looking forward to hear your breakdown, because I wonder if this is the type of situation where we have the team starting to roll with the roster that they have to utilize because of COVID or injury issues or whatever, what have you. And then the star comes back and messes up the rhythm. I wonder if that's what the Sharks think. And I wonder if that's what you're going to touch on. Hornets have gone 3-3 since Ball left. Gordon Hayward's been a monster. 41 points. He went 15-19 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3, 3 points shy of his career high. Blazers coming off their 7th straight loss, 113-103 at home to Memphis on Wednesday. McCollum will miss his 6th straight game. Cody Zeller will miss his 5th in a row. Take it away here, Darryl. Hornets, Blazers.
Man, okay, so I don't have a play in this game, right? And I was thinking if I had to make a play, now this is my initial thought. If I had to make a play, then I'm going to take Charlotte. Line was at 1.5, and now money's coming on Portland. It's 2.5, right? Portland in the beginning was playing good at home, and now they've sat back and they've lost 3 at home, 3 in a row. So somebody's got to put a stopping to the bleeding at this point, right? And is this the game to do it? I believe this is a Portland spot, but the reason why I can't take it, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, is the fact that Charlotte makes the adjustments in the second half. So for whatever it's worth, if Charlotte is down, I don't care if it's 15, 10, 5, 20 points, they can make the adjustments in the second half. And I don't know if Portland will have enough to keep up with that. Gordon Hayward's playing good. Kelly Oubre's playing good. Miles Bridges had a nasty dunk last game, man. And maybe this team is probably the right team Portland needs, because they played Minnesota, who they lost against, right? They played Phoenix and they played Memphis. Those last 2 squads are some dope squads, right? Now, Portland also did take Phoenix down to the wire. Right. That was just a 4-point loss there. And these spreads have all been short. This is the first time now that I've seen, besides the Minnesota game, Portland now be the favorites. So looking at the numbers, this kind of cracks me up because, Charlotte's another team that in the last 10, they've only been under once and they pushed another game. So they're going over their points, 224, 232, 225, 231, 225, 227, 226. So this is one of those things you can do 2 things. You could find some players to play props on, right? You can look at Charlotte as being a second half team and live bet this game, or just go for the gusto and take Portland now. But either way, it's just too many moving factors, too many moving parts, in my opinion, to where my best play would be to live bet this game, just to kind of get a pulse of this game. So I don't have a play right now. If I had to make a play, then it would have to be Charlotte because of what they've done in the second half. But at the same token, Portland, they could win the game by 2 or 3 points. I don't know. But Portland losing 4 games at home, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. 4 straight games at home, how well they've been playing at home. So this is going to be a testament of the coaching, how, healthy really Dame Lillard is. I don't know. There's too many moving factors, in my opinion, moving parts to make a strong bet, because you can take different angles here. So the safest bet, I would say, is the live bet, just to get a pulse of the game. And then if it's not too far out, just going ahead and take Charlotte, because what is known is that Charlotte comes back in the second half.
See, I love the breakdown, but I kind of lean towards THC as Rizza, who likes the first quarter team total over for Portland. I would even push that as much as the first quarter for Portland, expecting them. Mando says he expects Portland to turn up tonight. Matty Ice asking about Hayward over 1.5 threes. I have a rule. Well, I've let go of player props, and I wasn't very good at them. So who cares what my rules are? But after a guy goes 5 for 6 from 3, 15 and 19 from the field for for 41 points, I would only think of an under for every single statistic or every single prop bet.
Wow.
I would never back ever a player after a game like that. That's just how I personally do things here. Dennis Garcia said Phillips told you they need the bench to motivate them. Lillard, Nurkic, and the boys are a joke.
They are a joke. They are. They really are. I mean, it's hard to get a gauge on this team right now. I can't get a pulse. I don't know if this team is wanting to fight. I don't know if Dame really wants out. You've got some injuries there also. If you're going to take different theories than LaMelo possibly playing tonight, it's a star player theory, which you could fade him, right? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I can't play this game at all.
Yeah, and LaMelo's just I don't know what to write. He's just special enough that he could come in and be unbelievable here, and just So I understand why this is a stay off. But I'm interested in them early. Let's go into the last game on the NBA card before we have DJ Big Boss join us for NCAA football. 10 p.m. Eastern. Memphis Grizzlies 18-11, 7-5 on the road at Sacramento Kings, 12-17, 6-8 at home. We're at Golden One Center in Sacramento, California. Memphis 4-1 over the past 5, 18th in pace, 97.50 possessions game, while the Kings 2-3, first in pace over the last 5 at 101.50 possessions a game. Let's move over to the market first here in Memphis, Sacramento. Memphis opening up as 5.5-point favorites. Let's move to 6.5. This total went from 222.5 to 221, and we have a COVID outbreak right now. I mean, this game could possibly not even go.
Yeah.
Memphis coming in off their 4th straight win, 113-103 at Portland on Wednesday. Kings snapped their 3-game losing streak with a 119-105 win at home over the Wizards on Wednesday. One of our favorite Raptors of all time, Doug Christie, stepped in for Alvin Gentry, and they played for him. But now we have Marvin Bagley, Terrence Davis has entered the protocol, and it seems like more players are coming in right now. Mm-hmm. Take it away here, Darryl. Grizzlies, Kings.
Ready? Yeah. Give me Memphis minus. I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is. Please give me Memphis. Again, I say minus. I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is, because this team is unbelievable right now. Last time they've only lost 1 game. So the spirit of NBA winning has left Houston and went over and stayed with Memphis. Right now, man, it's of course you're not guaranteeing shit. Nothing is guaranteed in the NBA, but the way Memphis is playing, especially without Ja, right now you possibly don't have Rashawn Holmes, which is your best big. So Jaren Jackson's going to feast, right? You don't have De'Aaron Fox, I believe. So this team here is in trouble, right? If you're going to play aside, I don't even know how you play any with what's going on in Sacramento right now. The game could possibly be canceled. But if they have the minimum players playing in Sacramento, please give me Memphis. I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is. That's my analysis.
I get it. I absolutely get it. They're in shambles right now. Ray Charles says no Fox. That will hurt.
Yeah.
So we can get you to 6.5 at -107. That's at Pinnacle, and that's also at Pinnacle and Circa. So De'Aaron Fox out.
Rashawn Holmes
out.
Yep.
Rashawn Holmes, Terrence Davis, Louis King, and then for Tyrese Halliburton, is there a chance that he can go? He's listed as questionable. Wow.
Yeah.
And JPZ says the IDGAF is being cashing. And Lee Davis.
It did. These last couple, the only one that's let me down is Brooklyn, but these have been cashing, man. I think that's going to be a new trend. If I just say minus, I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is. That's how confident I am. So if anybody says, what's the lock of the day? Anytime you hear me say minus, I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is. That's my lock, bro. For real.
Well, we've got Darryl's shirt. We've got his merch locked in. I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is. Play of the day.
For real.
Because you got to meet us in San Antonio, Darryl Hondo, man. We got to get that for sure. So Darryl's on the Grizzlies -6.5, -107. It makes a ton of sense here. There's Jimmy Gomez in the house. Jimmy, coming your way today. Okay, here, let's break down all of the action and move on to NCAA football. Darryl is on the Magic team total under 99 at -107. That was given to us from Ron Walsek. I'm coming in as well. Jimmy Gomez says trade market.
Yeah, Jimmy. I should, man.
Market.
I should.
Nuggets. Oh, and Uncle Oliver is going to order it. You got people interested immediately. I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is.
Listen, by next show, I'm going to talk to Guy on Couch. By next show, I'm going to have a shirt that says that.
I love it. Nuggets Hawks is just a question mark at this point. Darryl moved on the Celtics first half +1.5 -107. I'm interested in going a little earlier in first quarter, but I'm going to look at that a little longer. I am interested in the Pelicans, but I mean, of course, they're all big smiles, and after someone hits a 61-footer, maybe I should just leave that shit alone. But
yeah, man, Vontae Graham, that was lucky, bro. I love
that kid. I love that kid. I was surprised. I understood that the Hornets had a backlog of guards, but I really like that kid. Darryl's on the Spurs first quarter +4 -105. Jose's on the Spurs first quarter +4 -105 and first half +7.5 -114. He's doubled up there. Then Darryl's on the Lakers +2.5 -113. He's going heads up against me. I'm on the Wolves first half -1.5 and full game -2.5. I wish I was already in LA and we could watch that game together tonight, man. That would be just so much fun, and we're gonna get Lakers games in. I know we will. And then Portland early. There's 3 question marks beside it.
Too many question marks.
Yeah, and then Darryl's on the Grizzlies -6.5 -107. And I want to ride with you.
Raymond says Memphis suck on the road. Kings with the spread. Don't let that injury report fool you. Tell me how they suck in this last 10. At Portland, they won. At Dallas, they won. At Miami, they won. At Toronto, they won. So their body of work is what they've been doing recently. That doesn't tell me anything that they're going to suck on the road. So, yeah, I do like Memphis really, really strong here.
Well, you have Ray Charles with you. He's looking at the -14.5 at +260.
Shit. Yeah. Honestly. I think it's going to cash.
It's an absolute pleasure rocking with you week in and week out. I'll holler at you over the holidays. We won't see you back in action until the first week of January here on the show, but we can't wait to have much, much more of you. And I would expect that you'll probably be on NBA Pop Hub over the holidays as well. So
we'll see. They don't like me over there. I'm still rookie status, man. Those are some OGs, bro. I gotta step my game up in order to get over there on that platform.
Well, I know they want you. And why wouldn't they?
Have they hazed you yet, Darryl? Have they put popcorn in your car yet? Or
that's probably what it is. Jimmy, I'll see you, man. I really appreciate you, bro. It's a good Friday to you. I really like the hat too, man. I'm really feeling San Diego Padres hat. Call me when you get here, brother. Be good to sit down and have some adult beverages with you.
Yeah, no, it's going to happen absolutely for sure, and more than one night, I hope. There he is at It's Darryl. Follow him on Twitter right now. What a great, great guy, and what a great capper, and a winning capper. Even his awful day on Wednesday could have easily turned into a 4-2 winning day. All right, our final guest of 2021. Our final guest of 2021. Now he is a Long Beach man, but originally from Compton, California. Please welcome to the show, DJ Big Boss in the house. Boss, what up?
What up, thou, Jimmy? I'm having a crazy morning, man. You know, I have my wonderful setup to go, and then somehow I just got froze out the game, man. So I had to revert back to the standard processes right here. And I'm here though, man. I had to make it here, man. But honored to be the last guest of the year. I didn't even know that, man. But you know, I've been excited. I've been working out, Jimmy. You know, I've been working on my left hand drinking because I know you're on your way out here. So I gotta, you know, I gotta be able to drink with both hands, just like they dribble with both hands.
You're
so
absolutely
yeah,
right.
I've been working on that, man. But yeah, I'm ready to go.
Let's get after it right now. I've been training my liver 42 years for these next few weeks, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Ron Crawford's spreadsheet play today is on Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers. Let's copy and paste that here. And Max on Record said the first time I heard you was the Bowl Challenge with Ragu, Big Boss, Jay Ryan. Are you doing it again? No, I am not doing it this year, sadly, but it's something that we'll want to do again. And I can't follow up what I did last year. I'd fall flat on my face. So, but no, sadly, we're not doing it. But just because I'm not involved doesn't mean there won't be winners nonstop. You catch DJ Big Boss, Big Ragu this Saturday with Babano and C-Mac breaking down the bowl season. So catch them. And then we have all the videos up right now from C-Mac and Babano. Let's get right to work. We have Ron Crawford on the spreadsheet play today, Coastal Carolina. This is 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, the Cure Bowl. Northern Illinois Huskies, 9-4 at Coastal Carolina. Chanticleers, 10-2. Let's move over to the odds and the cash flow in this spot. So I'm going to move over here, and there we go. We have Coastal Carolina as big favorites. They open up as 9.5-point favorites. That is moving as we speak. Wow, that's now 12-point favorites. That just moved to 12 an hour and 10 minutes ago. And yesterday it was 10.5. It opened at 9.5 12 days ago. So it's just moving towards Coastal Carolina and their superstar young quarterback who is coming back next year. So he's not going to fuck off and sign it with an agent. 76 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 5 miles per hour at Exploria Stadium in Orlando, Florida. Northern Illinois won the MAC championship with an impressive 41-23 win at home. Or it was in Detroit. I don't want to say at home. Win over Kent State. It was their third win in 4 games and avenged their 52-47 loss at Kent State on November 3rd. Coastal Carolina comes in off an underwhelming end to their season. They were last seen barely getting by South Alabama 27-21 in overtime on the road. The Cure Bowl, boss. What do you like here?
Hey, man, I just wanted to tell the people in the chat, man, your grandmas are not safe, buddy. They just went off to go get their little booster shot. When they be back, I'm fully vaxxed. I can go into the senior center. They're not safe, Maddie, so don't even go there, okay? But in this game right here, man, I like I like Coastal Carolina in this one as well. You know, these bowl games are really, really tough, man. Like, you can't really, don't even, if you out there and you think you about to, you know, open up your stat sheet and get you an edge off of your stat sheet, that probably won't be it. You got to go a little further and look into the news. You got to try to get in the locker room the best you can because you don't know who's transferring, who's doing this. I mean, you got a couple coaching calls. In this one, you got a coach that's going to be on his way. We got McCall, who says that he may enter the transfer portal at this point. So this game, I could say, could be more like a showcase for them. So this group been together. They've been through some trials and tribulations, this group right here, and they've had some success. The seniors going out of this, few of them going to the NFL. So I think I haven't heard anything about anybody holding out playing in this one, but I think they put forth a good effort and try to win the game. This NIU team, on the other hand, you know, this is one of those teams that just kind of got it done when they need to get it done all year. But the coach over there, 30-year coach, he gets his money on the run. He likes to play defense as well. But in this game right here, I definitely would lean to the under as well. Coastal Carolina, although they blow people out and they have, McCall over there, a lot of offensive success, they based off the run and they like to play defense. So this one, I lean heavily on the under, and I endorse that Coastal Carolina. I think as far as the storyline ending to a great team, I seal it up with a bowl victory right here.
I get it. Do you think it's moved too far? You think the 12 is too much?
Yeah, I seen it at I seen it at 10.5.
And Edwards in health and safety.
Oh wow.
Hey,
that's gonna be the story of the COVID season. Maybe for the next few years, we probably go through the same thing right here, where they buckle down on the COVID and players are going out right and left. So yeah, that's why I say tread lightly, man, on these bowl games, because you don't even know, even with the COVID and the travel, on what type of things are gonna happen either.
Fuck, man, just throw that fucking money in the garbage. How about that? Oh, that's irritating. Okay, sorry. So let's go back to the official spot here. Let's see what we can find you. The under. Let's talk a little bit about the. Oh, that just fucking hurts, man. That hurts, man. From a total perspective, we have this total opening up at 63.5. Now at 62.5, and we have. Sorry, I moved back over here for the cash. We have 57% of the tickets and 85% of the cash on Coastal Carolina. But then the under is where the sharps are at, 41% of the tickets, 67% of the cash. So let's lock you in for both of those. We can get you under 62.5 at Pinnacle. So here we go. Boss under 62.5 minus 107 at Penny. Oh, that hurts so much. I'm just reeling. And then we get you the spread here and see what we can get you. We have a minus 12 at minus 105. It says Bulldogs, but Bulldogs down, so that's probably a stale line. And then, oh shit, that race just ran. Damn it. Let's see that he. God, sorry. I don't even see him here. 12:36. Oh, because it might have been race 2. Oh, it's race 1. Sorry, Timothy Murray had a horse in that first race. All right, I'll look at that in a second here. All right, so let's lock you in here. I'm in a line shop. I don't want to hold everybody up. I'll line shop for you for the full game in Coastal Carolina. So we have DJ Big Boss on the board here with the under 62.5, which I think I'll roll with you on, and then the Coastal Carolina. Let's move to Saturday, December 18th. That's next, and we won't be capping this alone, DJ Big Boss. Let's bring in a ringer who is running extremely hot on this show right now. Didn't have a winning night the last couple nights, but still the overall record very good. 75-70, 51.7% plus 11.15 units, ROI plus 7.69%, average line plus 106, and he owes many of us stakes. Please welcome Jose Bouquet to the show.
Hello, gentlemen. How's it going, DJ? It's nice to see you. Everything's working well, so this is a great day.
There it is there. What's going on?
Not much. DJ, I hope you've got some good news for me on these next two games. Two games I'll be joining you guys on.
Let's go for it.
Like it. Let's get to work right now, and we start with the morning game tomorrow. This one pops off early. And we got Ron Crawford with more spreadsheet plays of the day. Western Kentucky and UAB.
Ron Crawford likes Conference USA.
And let's move over there and copy and paste Ron Crawford's looks. Thank you so much, Ron, for always sharing your spreadsheet gold with us. That's copied and pasted. All right, Boca Raton Bowl. Here we go. Western Kentucky Hilltoppers 8-5 at App State. Mountaineers 10-3. We're at FAU Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida. 82 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 14 miles per hour. We have Western Kentucky opening up as 2.5-point dogs. They're now 3-point dogs. We have this total opening up at 67.5. It's dropped to 67 or 66.5. We have 3,782 tickets in, 40% of the tickets, 88% of the cash on Western Kentucky, and the market's moving in the other direction. It's strange because I want Western Kentucky as well, but I haven't moved on. I wanted to hear your expert analysis. 60% of tickets on the under, 89% of cash on the under, and we see it dropping slightly. Last saw Western Kentucky losing their 7-game winning streak or having it snapped in a wild 49-41 loss at Jose's UTSA Roadrunners in the conference championship game. App State comes in off a tough 24-16 loss at Louisiana in their conference championship game. Let's start with Big Boss, Western Kentucky, App State. Take it away.
So, I'm an advocate of App State. App State was one of those teams this year that kind of progressed as the season went along. But that conference championship might have knocked the wind out of them a little bit. But I'm not really a fan of the quarterback over there. And when he plays bad, he plays bad. When he plays good, he plays good. App State's kind of based off of the defense, that's what's been getting them over in games, but they've been running it up a little bit, especially when they was at home, so they can put some points on the board. So I kind of like the over in this one, but Western Kentucky and Big Zap over there, I don't know. To judge his performance in the UTSA game, I would say that, I guess he never quits, but he hasn't impressed the scouts maybe as much as they wanted to in that game because of the L that they took. So I wonder if this is an opportunity for him to step out and do well, or is this an opportunity where he lets off the gas a little bit right here. But contrarian to me, like in App State, I like taking the points in this game because it's just too close. And it's who wants it right here. And App State's, they kind of based off of their defense and, they home edges and stuff like that. In games like this, they're kind of vulnerable. So I'm going to say give me Western Kentucky and give me the over.
Western Kentucky. And by the way, the market was going heavy against Big Boss in the Western Kentucky UTSA total. The Sharps were hammering the under, and Big Boss gave us the over with a ton of confidence, and it cashed very easily, 90 points scored. So absolutely great call there, Big Boss. I'm going to line shop for you for Western Kentucky and the over. Let's hear what Jose Bouquet has to say about this Conference USA team that battled his Roadrunners.
So Bailey Zappi, NFL quarterback, one of the only NFL quarterbacks probably in Conference USA. I'm taking the over here. I see all the money that is on the under. I'm not particularly worried about that because if you guys think Western Kentucky can win this game, can be in this game, I think it's going to be a higher scoring game. Obviously, that's what they do. Their defense is kind of ass, but they have their moments of coming in and out. The second half of the UTSA game, they had a couple stops strung together that brought them back into the game, honestly, and had my asshole puckered up pretty tightly at the end of the game. But I think that they're a high-flying offense. Even if they get held down for a while, they can score 40 points in a second half pretty easily. So I'll take the over. Right now, I'm looking at 67, I believe, currently. I'll double check on Pinnacle because Bet Dog wants to be down like assholes. But I definitely think that this will be a higher scoring affair. And I do like Western Kentucky, too.
Do you want Western Kentucky to also be a look for you here?
You know what? Sure. Why not? Again, we're winning capper now, Jim. I've got room to mess around with. This is serious business, obviously, and I'm going to get that record. We're going to go from 11. We're going to go to 20. Jim, remember when I was down double-digit units and I had to have a mustache?
I remember it well. Some of the greatest times of our lives. Western Kentucky here at they've moved it to 68. It's crazy at Circa. I don't know why, but we can still get you a 67, and we get you at Sports Interaction or Will Hill without juice. So we'll get you guys both that. So you guys are both on the over, and Western Kentucky over 67 minus 110. And Ron Crawford says UCLA UNC canceled tomorrow. It just keeps happening. And then Ron says he was saying ask Jose. Did I miss it? Ask Jose about. Do you agree that this was a Ron Crawford says, Jose, tell him if Zappi had a few more possessions, UTSA was in trouble. Did you feel that way as well?
Absolutely, but that's why we play 60 minutes or whatever football games are. There's four quarters.
66.5 at BetMGM, 66 at BetOnline. TJ, what's the juice at BetOnline? Thank you for sharing that with us, you guys. So we have a 66. We will find out the juice here in a bit. Okay, that is the Western Kentucky App State game. Jose will be back joining us here in a second for the final game that we'll be capping on our show, minus 115. So, boss, do you want 66.5 at minus 110 or 66 at minus 115?
Give me the 6.5.
66.5 at minus 110. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we move on to the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl, where we will be meeting up for a beer at halftime with our fathers.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I will be at this game, and so will DJ Big Boss. Utah State 10-3, Oregon State 7-5. We're at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. It will be my first time at SoFi Stadium. We have this total shooting up fast. Open at 64.5. Now we have 67.5. Let's move to spreads here. We have Utah State opening up at plus 7.5. You can still find the 7.5, but most have moved to 7 for this Utah State Road Warrior football team. When we go over to the cash in this spot, we have 3,391 tickets in, 49% of the tickets, 60% cash on Oregon State. Teams just, cappers and gamblers just haven't believed in Utah State all year, and they're not believing in them here. 39% of tickets on the under and 79% of cash on the under. Utah State continued that road play that's blowing our mind with a 46-13 win at San Diego, or well, pseudo at San Diego State in LA in the Mountain West Championship. Oregon State finished the season strong. They did close the season with a 38-29 loss at Oregon, but they were playing well. Take it away here, Big Boss. I'd love to have action on the game that we're going to be at. Take it away, the LA Bowl.
Man, let me reflect on that San Diego State-Utah game, though. First quarter, it was going directly as planned, just like I called it. But I had a dream that somehow that they would go after one of them kicks, and once they got field position, they took advantage of them the whole way. But what I capped well in that one was the COVID issue. You know, San Diego State didn't have like 7 players playing because of the COVID. They was hiding it and all that stuff. So I do apologize, lug baggers. But we in this one right here, man. We're gonna be in the house watching this game right here. I don't think neither two of these teams are really going to be focused on football. I mean, coming from Oregon, coming from Utah, coming down to LA, playing at SoFi Stadium, I think it's just too much distractions outside of football. So it's kind of hard to take the X's and O's in a game like this. But what I will rely on in this game is the coach Blake Anderson over there at Utah State, because for somehow he gathered these troops. Like, he went and got a couple players followed him to this spot, and he's got over here, did an amazing job, won the Mountain West. It'll be no reason to play down in the bowl game. You know, it's not over. It's still next year, and some more for these guys. Sending his seniors off with a bowl win would be awesome. And the Mountain West is not strange to beating Pac-12 teams. That's not even the issue in this case right here. And this Oregon State team, who's been kind of up and down, but looking at their schedule, you know, they kind of took advantage some teams that didn't play out to be so well, like Stanford and, you know, stuff like that. Their wins come in those places. Against some of the more difficult teams, they do struggle. And this guy over here, Blake Anderson, man, he's a gamer, man. Like, he doesn't mind going down and coming back. And if he has to play offense or defense, and judging from the way he took down that monstrous San Diego State and the defense and the way he plays his cards on the field, man, give me some points with that guy coaching right there in this group of players going into this bowl game right here in Southern California. So I'm taking the points and taking Utah State. The total, I can't really catch a wind of the total, because although I do feel that these two teams are not going to be focused on football, which would lean to an over. 67 is a little bit high. Defensive wise, both of them are mediocre defense, so I could see it getting over that. But I don't know. I just don't have enough confidence in that number. I couldn't even tell you what I maybe like. Over 62 or 63, I'll probably be more comfortable with. But at 67, I'm off the total either way. And just give me the quality coach that's making a difference in these kids' lives, and he has full control of his team. with Utah State plus the points.
And you can get a 7.5 at minus 110. 7.5 at minus 110. That's over at BetMGM. Utah
Shoot
State,
me the 7.5. Yeah, these
7.5.
guys, they've been winning on the road. I don't think they will let off the gas. I don't see no reason for them to second. And the Oregon State players are definitely not better than them. So let's go.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, Kenny V, we did a trip to Miami a couple years ago, and it was incredible. I mean, DJ Big Boss talked the staff into one of the nicest rooms. I mean, my goodness, that room was magic.
Yes. The L-shaped balcony. And, we had to get together that lasted all of 20 minutes before they came knocking on the door.
Yeah, of course they did. But the Diplomat Hotel we were staying at in Hollywood Beach. And right now, if you want a room at the Diplomat, it's about $470 a night. I don't know how we pulled off that trip. There's Trot Lamb in the house as well. All right, let's move on to the final game. Our final cap of 2021 here. But before we get into this final game, let's mention that the taint play of the day, NC State plus 2.5 today in NCAAB. NC State plus 2.5 is taint. All right, let's move on. The final game we are talking about is a game where, as you see, it's very near and dear to Jose Bouquet's heart. 7:30 p.m., the Frisco Bowl. UTSA Roadrunners 12-1 at San Diego State Aztecs 11-2. We have the two perfect guys here for this cap. 48 Fahrenheit, clear, 5 miles per hour. Cold, chilly. Let's see what we're talking about for a market in this spot. I got to move over to Tuesday.
I have a feeling that a stake might be bet on this game before the end of this breakdown.
Oh, wow.
I have a feeling. I have already a stake on this with Damon Santori. I'll admit that. But I have a feeling that might go down this road.
Oh, you get to go first then on this one.
That's perfectly fine.
This your squad right here.
I love that you feed the cappers in our community. It's very kind.
Hey, you know me, Jimmy. I'll play the fucking video right now. You know me.
Okay, all right. I do know you, and UTSA Roadrunners are 2-point favorites right now. They bounced back from their one loss on the season, which you were at in the driving rain.
Fucking suck.
They lose to North Texas. They come back. They beat Western Kentucky 49-41 at home in the Conference USA Championship game. San Diego State was beaten up in their pseudo LA home dealing with COVID in a 46-13 loss to Utah State, whom Big Boss just backed. He just backed them at plus 7.5 in their game against Oregon State that we'll both be at. Here we go, the Frisco Bowl. First off, Jose, will you be there?
Of course, yeah.
Well, take it away. Let's hear your breakdown of your Roadrunners.
So some worrying things have happened in the last couple of days that have a little nervous. Mainly, the running back star of the program, probably the third or second best player in program history, Sincere McCormick, declares for the draft, says, deuces, I'm not playing in the bowl game, which, fair enough. I can understand. If I was him, I wouldn't want to tote the rock for free any more than I had to. I still believe in the offense. I still believe in Frank Harris. Jeff Traylor, I honestly don't think this is a hot take. I think he's been one of the top 10 coaches in college football this year. No doubt in my mind. I think they get the win here. The two is a little nerve-wracking, honestly. I kind of just want to eat the money line and just risk it all right there. And when I say eat the money line, I definitely am insinuating that I'll be eating two steaks when the UTSA Roadrunners win this bowl game. Again, I'll say this tired out cliche I've said throughout the whole season. biggest game in program history. UTSA has yet to win a bowl game, so they'll wanna put this nice little bow on this. Give the bowl game, give the win. Also, Jeff Traylor loves recruiting material too. This last couple of weeks, he's been bringing the conference championship trophy on his recruiting trips. So obviously, a nice Frisco Bowl would be great to bring along, arm in arm, 2 trophies just waddling in. Obviously, my main concern, DJ, is something that everyone else is probably not concerned about. I witnessed with my own 2 eyes Michael Dixon, the former Texas punter, now Seahawks punter, keep the University of Texas in a football game against Oklahoma State in Austin. San Diego State's punter can do the very same. He's one of the greatest punters of all time, allegedly. If I assume he's playing in the bowl game, it'd be hilarious if he opted out. But he'll keep them in the game, give UTSA bad field position. I'm going to take the money line, UTSA. I'm going to double check what it is for here in a second, but I want to hear DJ Big Boss call me a big dumb idiot and say why he likes San Diego State.
Well, let me just check in for a second. Pinnacle has this as a 1-point favorite at UTSA for -114 and the money line at -121.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised because Sincere McCormick is a very big part of the team, leader, everything. He was there when the program was shit. Brendan Brady is the backup running back who I think can fill those shoes nicely. He's a senior, I believe, obviously motivated to run in his last game. I think they are pretty interchangeable. I forgot who in the chat always reminds us that running backs are interchangeable in the NFL. I think for UTSA's purposes, a little different, but it is similar. Sincere being that workhorse, Brendan Brady can fill those shoes, obviously not as well, so you can see the line dropping for a reason. But I'm still taking UTSA money line, no fear.
And I think that Dennis might be right here. He thinks that beating Western Kentucky was more important in this game.
You know, that you might be right about that with Sincere transfer or declaring early. You might be right about that. I literally said it in a group message. I hope that that conference championship game wasn't their Super Bowl. I hope they didn't bust their nut there and have some left in the tank. But I think Jeff Traylor is, again, a top 10 coach in the nation. He can get the boys going. I think it matters a whole lot to the squad. And we don't have Frank Harris, the quarterback, declaring early because he's coming back next year. So I'm pretty confident in the Roadrunners. I'm pretty sure against the spread, by the way, they're like 11-3 or something ridiculous this year. They've only not covered like 2-3 games. So I love the Roadrunners here. But again, DJ, tell me why I'm an idiot and tell me why San Diego State's going to win this game, apparently.
I don't got that to say. I find the most value in this game right here in the over. I think
okay.
I think that San Diego State, they've showed in the early games in the season outside the conference that they can actually score. Like, I was expecting the defense to take effect of a lot of teams early in the season, which they didn't, where they put up big numbers, 20, 30 points against some teams. And I think they have to come out and score. You know, that was the missing element to the conference championship game, is that they couldn't get points on the board. But I think they're a little confused as far as like winning the game. I think they're a little bit confused on personnel with the split quarterbacks, and Brady Hoke just, you know, I don't know, gets a lot of ridicule for different stuff. So it's difficult for San Diego State on offense, but they usually their defense is usually what wears people out. I think the UTSA team, because they're more of a, spread offense, and they like to move around a lot. I think their receivers will give this secondary San Diego State some problems at times. So I think that they could score for sure. And I think that San Diego State could score for sure too. So I really like the over the most in this game. But as far as winning the game, I would have to give it to UTSA because you closer over there. You know, it's kind of like a home game for them. I'm not sure how good San Diego is going to travel over there. And I thought they shot their load too before the Western Kentucky game, and I thought that they shot it the game before that, but they came together real good. They had a plan. It looked like they bonded and everything to come together. They looked real committing in that first half against Western Kentucky, and then they continued to apply the pressure, even though they almost let the game to go at the end. So them letting the game go at the end almost could kind of leads to saying maybe that did blow their load, but having a game so close to home for a bowl game on a Cinderella season like this, and with the whole thing of bringing that bowl game win back to the house, I think that means a lot to them. Maybe they step up, but only thing that keeps just screaming out is just points, because that's going to be their bread and butter. It's going to be scoring. And the running game for San Diego State, the passing game, the dual quarterback, the tight end, they should be able to get in the end zone as well. But so I'm going to take the over for sure, and I'm going to lean UTSA with you.
Okay, I'll take the over with you then. I'm glad I don't have to owe someone another steak. That's very good off my conscience. But let me tell you right now, it is going to be basically another UTSA home game. You're right about that. Dallas, here's some knowledge you won't get from all these other cappers, Jim. The other cappers don't have this in their arsenal. Dallas has the largest alumni base for UTSA that isn't San Antonio. I think it's higher than San Antonio. I think it's Dallas, then San Antonio, which is crazy to think about. So it's going to be a UTSA home game. It is going to be, I would say, probably 90-10 UTSA. I really and DJ, I wanted to remind you. I'm pretty sure I asked you the day of, and I was probably drunk when I asked you too. Day of that last UTSA game, DJ, tell me something good. Tell me UTSA. You were also on the over, and I'm feeling it. I really think that game was great. Everything, of course. I mean, they were never going to lose at home. That was a ridiculous proposition. But I think this is essentially another home game. San Diego, I mean, they get shit pumped in that conference championship game, I think. So I really think it's two things. Like, one, UTSA is going up. We're at that peak almost basically, and San Diego State trending down. So I'm taking the Roadrunners all day here, and I'll join you with that over for sure.
I love it. Love it. Now, I can understand Dennis's angle here, and I'd like to send it to DJ Big Boss before we put a bow on this, because I've got to run and get Ella and head to the airport. But Dennis says focused San Diego State U is just a better team, should be focused after that pathetic performance against Utah State. We have two teams coming in with opposite situations. UTSA feeling very good about themselves, and San Diego State just being embarrassed. Do you think that the fact that they were embarrassed does kind of lead to them coming in sharper?
I mean, you can look at that. That's a double-sided coin right there. Like, you can say yeah, you can say no, because some players, you got to think these players nowadays, they got the option of transfer and all that different stuff. So some players are just not tuned in. And then you got the fact that this team didn't travel well an hour and 20 minutes from San Diego over to Carson for their home games in Dignity Stadium. They're definitely not going to travel all the way to Dallas to play them and really carry that animosity all the way over there. I say the minute UTSA gets a score or two ahead, they'll probably throw in the towel, man. But they're going to come out there to try to shock them with that defense. But that defense works mostly in the conference. Out of conference, you never know. You never know. And they definitely going to slip through and get a couple points on the board. So you got to consider that the offense over there at San Diego State is going to have to be running. And if they don't step to the plate, then they'll lose easily. So I don't see them traveling well. I don't see them necessarily buying in 100%. I mean, they lost the most important game. Bottom line, they already lost the most important game. So I know, San Diego State is not stranger to bowl games, so it'll be another one. Nobody's going nowhere as far as the coach. They probably figure out who's going to be the quarterback, and there's probably some players in there that want to jump ship.
The line.
I was going to say real quick, Jim, on top of that, I think Dennis said that UTSA or San Diego State is just a better team when they're focused. That's entirely not true. That's not true in any of the sorts. If both teams bring their both best football, UTSA would shit pump San Diego State.
Oh, see that.
San
Now,
Diego
I'm gonna
State
disagree.
They played Utah. They played Utah at the beginning of the year when Utah was garbage. When you look at Utah now, they're a completely different team. You kidding me?
But the way they coach, you got now. If you want to go X's and O's, the way they coach the 3-3-5 defense over there at San Diego State, it's not even done like that. A lot of places across football, and it's one of the best defenses for controlling the run and the pass. So when it's played correctly, you don't got a chance to breathe. Like it looks, I've seen people have to swallow that pill against San Diego State. That the way that you talk about 3 down linemen. And that's getting pressure on the quarterback, which leaves you nothing but coverage. Go look at the numbers on San Diego State secondary; it'll speak for itself.
If they run 3 linemen, I will just give the ball to Brendan Brady 40 times, and I will run the ball for 250 yards.
Try him. Try him. Go try him.
It will be bad for our over, but I think UTSA wins this game outright, like I said. And now, as we get more into it, I'm getting more confidence, and I'm going to say they win.
But you said with both teams playing, all out at top level. This San Diego State team is bruised, so in this game I feel different. But if it was earlier in the season, or it'd be something different.
Yeah, and you said they don't travel well, so good luck. Good luck getting a bunch of San Diego State alums to come to Frisco, Texas, for a bowl game after they get shit pumped in the conference championship game. Yeah. You
gonna say that while Jimmy sits right there with the San Diego Padres hats on?
That was a little bit of a cut to my chest, Jimmy. I'm starting to realize that.
You better hope Paco not in the chat, man. He turning over.
I'll make a snake bet with Paco right now. No fucking problem.
This hat was sent to me by Paco, by the way.
Of course it was.
That was kind of man Paco is. Just before we put a bow on this show, and for my last show of 2021 for Betting with the Bag, we'll still be doing NFL shows, but I did receive a DM, Big Boss, from an unknown number, and she just said pop it on the screen when Boss is on and tell him that we love him. I don't know if you could walk us through this picture. Do you know?
Yikes!
Any thoughts?
Oh man, I could tell you what happened with this photo right here. So, since I work with the senior centers and I do the ladies only aerobics class in the evenings to get those heart rates and pumping and all that kind of stuff. And once they get in that water in that little thing, you know what happens after that.
Okay, can I see it one final time before we go? Oh yeah.
That's Coretta, Miss Silly, that's Jane, and that's Renee on the end there.
What was the second one's name again?
Claretta.
Okay, I thought that was the first one. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, fair enough.
Oh man, that's nice. That's real nice. Twatty, you're a good man. Thank you so much.
Why don't Jim? Yeah. Hold on. You don't call him by his proper name. Why don't you call him Mr. Pussy Coffee like I call him?
Mr. Pussy Coffee?
Why don't you call him Mr. Pussy Coffee like I am? Shout out to Mr. Pussy Coffee.
Okay, Mr. Pussy. You know what? No, he's Twate Latte. He's always been that. So, okay, yeah, I got. I've got to roll. You guys stay on camera with me here. Before we put a bow on this, let's just quickly review action here. The taint play of the day is NC State plus 2.5 in NCAA basketball. The NCAA football spreadsheet plays on Saturday are Western Kentucky and UAB. Boss is on the under 62.5 in tonight's Cure Bowl, NIU versus Coastal Carolina, and he's also on Coastal Carolina minus 11.5 and minus 107. He's on Western Kentucky plus 3 at minus 110 and over 66.5, as is Jose. So that's Jose Sehe and Big Boss. They are both on those two spots there. Boss is on Utah State plus 7.5. I think I'm going to ride with him on that. And then UTSA money line minus 121 and the over 49.5 minus 104 available at Pinnacle. Oh, I was going to mention that at Circa UTSA is minus 2.5, but the money line's the same at minus 122. Their total's at 50, but we can get you that 49.5. DJ. So they're both on the over 49. Oh, we just I don't know what happened to Jose. He just fucked off. Spreadsheet play of the day for Ron Crawford for tonight is Coastal Carolina. He got in at 10.5. When we review action here in NBA, I now have to. Jimmy Gomez is on Pens in regulation money line. Blues money line, Chicago under 5.5, Arizona first period plus a half, and Anaheim money line in regulation. And we have for NHL action, I have 3 looks that I'm on, and then I'm adding one more. And I'm pretty confident with my spots in NHL. I got the Blackhawks at a great price, -1 at +150. It's my favorite spot on the board. I'm on the Ducks -1.5. And so is the spreadsheet play today in NHL. I'm on the Ducks -1.5, and I'm on Penguins -1.5. And I got +100 on the Ducks and -115 on the Pens. Then Mr. Gogster is on the Jets first period in full game. And I'm going to add the Jets to my action. They just got rid of Maurice. I'm not entirely sure of the situation. Then Gogster's moneyline parlay, Penguins Ducks -127. Then in basketball, Darryl's on the Magic team total under 99. I'm going to jump on that here as soon as the show's over. I am interested in Atlanta. And I can't help but feel that way. Darryl's on the Celtics first half +1.5. I'm thinking of taking them earlier on the first quarter. I am also interested on the Pelicans, but I should let that go. Darryl's on the Spurs first quarter at +4. Jose's on the Spurs first quarter +4 and first half +7.5. It's not the first quarter's at 3.5 for me, and I need that 4 or 4.5, so I'm going to wait on that. Darryl's on the Lakers +2.5, and now we know that Edwards is in COVID protocol, and I already bet Minnesota like a chump. I could have just waited. Was the line really going to move that far? Because I thought it was going to move to 3, and that's why I moved on it. Very, very upsetting. Darryl's on the Grizzlies -6.5, -107, and his motto comes in that spot with the Grizzlies as it was in play with the Jazz on Wednesday. That is our show here. I want to thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much in the chat. We have nothing without you guys. North Ender, James S., Carlos Hernandez, Jeff Shahadi, Jimmy Gomez, Rem Most, TJ, Trotwam, Joseph Gomez, T-Mac, Billy Pilgrim, Sanka, Viper,
Solidarity,
Foxy, Noli, $5 unit, Dennis Garcia, Twate Latte. You guys, you mean so much to me. Bill McDonald, Mississippi Kid, thank you for everything. Fat Wally, I love you guys. And to the 2 guys sharing the screen with me right now, I love you guys so much too. Jose, you do such a great job. Enjoy the holidays, my friend. I will be in touch with you. Yeah, you want to add
Yeah, so what do I do now, Jim? What the fuck am I supposed to do now? My days revolve around this show, unfortunately. My dogs are freaking out right now. But my day revolves around this show, and now I'm going to have a bunch of free time. So what the fuck? And Bovada's down. So, again, am I supposed to help pick up cans on the fucking highway now? What the fuck?
Beacon? Yeah.
Hey, man, that's an easy call right there, man. Just contact your local senior center. They got stuff for you to do.
He's right.
You're
right. He's absolutely right. DJ Big Boss, can you give us the final words of betting with the bag in 2021 and send us into the holidays?
Hey, man, I say safe travels, Jimmy. Happy holidays to all y'all out there. Please take care of your grandmothers and Richie.
From the Sports Radio, he's known as Jimmy the Bag. I'm known as Peter Lojak, and if you are looking for winning sports picks, you have come to the wrong place.
What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? So I got this incredible 1-bedroom apartment that hopefully will be available to the highest bidder. There comes with a free pigeon fuck party on the balcony, 24/7 pigeon fuck party on the balcony. I'm not sure if they're going to add that to the listing, but they should. Let's get to work! I can yell a bit today, which is a relief because I got a whole lot of anger deep inside me. Turnsy says, pour a drink. I don't know if I want to start. Actually, no, I can't, actually, because I've got to run errands.
Do it, coward.
No. Look, but Pete, there's a couple cappers on this show who are doing spectacularly well. None other than Jose Bouquet.
Oh, come on. Now you're just doing shtick. Now you're just... Is that true?
4-0 plus 9.01 units. He cashed with Juliana Pena at plus 600. He put it out on video on our show, and people were just like, there's no chance in the chat.
And Jim, one of the main events features Juliana Pena. And do you know where she resides? What her @name on Twitter is? What her nickname is? Jim?
I don't.
The Venezuelan Vixen, Jim. Plus 600. She's going to beat Amanda Nunes' ass.
He's won 11 of his last 12 bets he's given out on the show, plus 17.18 unit run. Overall on our show.
This is like when George Harrison brought in Something and Here Comes the Sun to the Beatles, and Lennon and McCartney were like, holy shit, our little friend is moving up the ranks.
A man that I have the pleasure of capping with all the time, and I enjoyed immensely. Dutch boy, fresh in the house. Dutchy, what's happening?
Jimmy the motherfucking bag. Salute to you, my guy, Mr. P. All the ladies, gents, and DJs for tuning in. But you already know, Jimmy, it's Tombstone Tuesday, and your boy's out for blood.
All right, Taint Play of the Day is in as well, and it's college basketball. That is exciting. We will talk about that with our next guest, whose leadership has been putting money in my pocket. The Cupcake King, here to guide us through his 4 best looks. None other than Mr. Maxwell Smart in the house. Maxie, what's happening, my man?
Jim, I really like your hat. It's very bright. Maybe I'd steal it from you. So if I'm at your house, just make sure you keep an eye on that thing.
All right, let's get into NBA and bring in our NBA expert. It's Darryl in the house, coming to us live from Los Angeles. How are you, my man? Top, seeing you with your arms like that, just off the top.
Man, that's my flex. That's my flex.
Jimmy, I always get into conflicts and confrontations with people because I don't like what they're doing. I would tell you the story, but it is very R-rated. It is a more off-screen type thing. If a certain person on the 7th floor gets in an elevator with me again, they're probably going to need some paramedics.
And Piker also says that he would never sexually assault any of us in an elevator.
It's confirmed. I assaulted a male on an elevator.
I don't think that was the case. I don't think that was a. Let's get to work and let's bring in a very hot NHL capper. I'm not talking about his physical looks. Coming to us live from Belleville, Ontario. Please welcome Mr. Gogster.
Hey, what's going on, Jimmy? Guys, how are we doing today?
Speaking of steaks.
Everybody in the audience, now listen to me carefully. All right, open your boxes. Open your boxes. 1, 2, 3.
Enough of this bullshit. But we had a big trip in Hong Kong, and we were going to go to Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Happy Valley was under construction, so I canceled the trip. How about that? Fuck, I got to go to Hong Kong for if I'm not going to go to Happy Valley. Well, I'll tell you, I don't have to go to Hong Kong. So I wasn't sure if there was any horse racing, and I was like, oh shit, there was horse racing. They just shut it down due to corruption. And I looked closer, and I was like, wait a minute. Those are child jockeys. The one parent was like, yeah, he's 9.5 now, so he's only got a few more months left of riding top thoroughbreds. Dan Kelly says, I never laid minus 165, but I put a big bet on Team Corda. Minus 165 for Team Harrington at the PNC Championship. A lot of books don't have lines on it because there are children competing. And one of the best players in the field is Charlie Wood. He's 13. Yes. Okay, let's get to work. I know you're not joking, Dan. I just needed it. I needed it. Oh, Dan keeps hammering the no joking. Okay, Dan, I'm sorry I laughed at it. It just got me. Okay? It just got me.
What are we getting? What are we getting the kids this year, Jimmy? What are we getting the kids? They're not around, so we can talk about it.
I mean, Carter, we don't need to get him shit. He's 9 months old. Ella, we'll worry about that later. This is for you, Slatsy.
La plus grande franchise dans la histoire du hockey.
What a fucking idiot! He sounds like me speaking French, and he's your general manager.
C'est avec beaucoup de fierté que j'ai accepté le rôle de vice-président des opérations hockey avec les Canadiens de Montréal.
Okay, we have a little more there.
That gets me every time.
So I don't see it. My number, I believe in my number. I don't give a fuck what the market is doing.
I took it right in prison pocket last night, right in the old chocolate starfish, right in the heart of the khakis. It hurts. It hurts. We're gonna House Cat the Bet says, I'll get rid of those pigeons for you. I kill birds like we kill books on this show. House Cat.
And he was talking about the worst thing someone can do in life is suck their own dick. And I think on the Low Bag Show, we should ban sucking our own dicks as well.
It made me fall in love with Mark even more. So we do have Rusty, the Railcats mascot, in the chat right now.
Now we got 13 games ready to start. Jimmy the Bag.
I am ready to get to work, my friend.